I'm pulling it up
Okay.
right now. Do you want to ping like stream is up?
Yeah, can you? Stream is up now.
Yeah, I'll ping out. Should I ping workshop?
Yeah, may as well. Alright. I'll get the first game ready.
Workshop stream is up now. I'll ping. I guess general. I didn't ping everyone in USC Stota 2 community.
A lot of aghanims in this game on the Radiant team.
A lot. Oh shit.
Maelstrom on Pete or Terrorblade. I don't know if that's a thing.
I'm gonna go that it's definitely not a thing. When did you get it? Is it like a farming item?
Nope, it was a 47-minute item. Deal with the Phantom Lancer. And lost the game 3 minutes later. My guess, he bought out the Maelstrom, didn't have buyback, loses the game. I'm calling it. This is my bet.
But he dies twice in like rapid succession. No, I guess it's over like a 3-minute period. No, I think he dies twice in like rapid succession.
Oh yeah, you're right. He totally had buyback. Yeah. Oh wait, no.
Maybe.
No, because at like 47, 44-ish, he died for the 8th death. And about a minute later, he died for the 9th death. And he was level 25. Yeah, so maybe he did have buyback. I'll hope he had buyback. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, it's killed by Wind Ranger, the classic.
Yeah.
That Oracle, dude, these cores have horrendous KDAs.
Yeah, definitely,
What
yeah.
happened? Yeah, definitely. I feel like this team just does absolutely nothing to PL. Like this draft just gets demolished by PL.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we'll actually start talking about it. Yeah. So as we're going to be going over Terrorblade, Death Noise's replay, and as you can see, none of these heroes do anything to any of these heroes. How do you kill Puck? How do you deal with Vengefall? How do you kill Underlord, Wind, and Phantom Lancer? You don't kill any of them. It's a complete outdraft. You have literally a projectile route and a really dumb, awkward animation on your Jakiro Ice Path. The Puck is a free game, and has to do with Gus, which is a projectile. Clinks gets dumpstered by any gap-closing heroes that do single target damage. Wind Ranger, Phantom Lancer, and they have Venge to swap him in if he steps out too far. Terrorblade gets worked by Phantom Lancer, because his Reflection only finds real PL, which means he has no AoE, and his illusions aren't strong enough to kill all the other illusions. And then Drow Ranger doesn't like being gap closed, and Puck, Windrunner, Venge, and PL all gap close. Complete outdraft in Radiant's favor. So
yeah.
We'll go through the pick order. It's like, when did you pick?
Offlane Drow? That's kind of griefy.
Yeah. So like you had last pick overall in the game. You can tell exactly what your weaknesses are in your draft. Your draft is you have no catch, you have no team fight, and your lanes are very, very susceptible to losing. Oracle's a pretty weak laner. Jakiro has like brief periods where he's good, but overall loses most lanes because any hero that's very mana dependent typically doesn't do well if they don't have kill threat. Like Batrider's mana dependent, but he has kill threat with his mana pool, while Jakiro is mana dependent for spamming, and then you force like Tango's salve, stick, raindrops, all that crap, and then he just is garbage. So if I have the 10th overall pick here, I mean, I don't want to pick something that, one, is countered by the same heroes that are countered by my other two cores. Any gap closer, single target, or like a illusion hero, single target damage, like obviously PL or Terrorblade, they don't have much AoE, but illusion heroes do beat Terrorblade typically. So what my pick would have been here is like Gyro, Jug maybe?
Honestly, if I'm being completely honest in this game, I feel like you just tell your Drow to go safe lane and you pick an offlaner.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I would feel as well. I honestly feel like if you were the safe laner, I'm going to assume it's Clink's 4, like Clink's 3, I mean, with Jakiro 4, Oracle 5. I think I just grabbed something like a Mars safe lane. And even though, or like a Magnus safe lane, even though it's like, Magnus is way too greedy, but like, same idea, whereas like, it's this hero that can actually make plays on the map. Because who the hell makes plays on your team? your entire pick-off potential comes from Jakir walking up and closing somebody in Ice Path, or Drow Ranger Shadow Blading up in Gusting. That's the only way you guys start a fight ever. So I feel like if you grab like a Mars, a Magnus, a Pangolier, whoops, even Brewmaster, I don't care who, any hero can start a fight, you guys would be in a way better spot, and then you'd have catch. If you grab an Ember Spirit safe lane, you beat PL, isn't countered by as hard of the same things that these guys are.
Yeah. Plus, like, you have nobody to eat damage. You have no tank.
Yeah.
Hence, your Terrorblade took the most damage, I think is what I saw, with like 120,000. Your Terrorblade cannot take 120,000 damage.
Yeah. So we'll talk through what you can do, but yeah, definitely be mindful of when you pick these characters. If you pick something that's heavily countered by the same thing the rest of your team is, they're probably going to snap pick something that beats those 2 out of 3 cores, because they're like, yo, Dro Clinks get absolutely worked by PL. You need to recognize this. You need to think, well, what beats my Dro and Clinks and my supporting cast? And what can I pick to beat that, or that crushes the rest of their heroes hard enough? Ember Spirit would have been a pick, but then you still have the issues of lack of tank. You have catch, but your team fight's pretty bad. He kind of sucks against Puck in some scenarios. Once he gets Aghanims on Puck, he forces you into Yule's BKB, and then you're still kind of isolated. Like, it's still the same issue, but it does give you a better solution to the problems you're going to face than a Terrorblade would. So we'll talk about starting items. This is good.
Take a gander.
Do I even care for a salve here? I actually don't think I care for salve. I'm pretty sure if I go like Slippers of Agility instead, I get higher base damage and I buy Ring of Tarrasque right away. So the reason I don't want to salve is because this lane is most likely going to be Puck. Either going to be Puck or Windranger 4, and they both function the same way. Where they just sit there and they poke you. And then Underlord's the same thing. He's not going to be like bursting you, he's going to be shipping you down with auto attacks and Firestorm. Like this salve, like, yeah, it's going to be cool and all for a little bit, but you're still going to have that continuous harassment coming in. So I'd be talking to my Oracle, because Oracle buys a mech, being like, yo, if you're buying a mech and you get a headdress early, I'm going to buy a Ring of Tarrasque right away. Like, that way the Slipper helps me last it a bit better, all that crap, and then the Ring of Tarrasque can help me sustain the lane. That's just a thing to consider, like how your starting item will help you. Yeah, Windranger showed it was Windranger. Oh. Interesting.
Revenge Wind? I guess that makes sense.
Well, Wind's mid, and then Puck just walked bottom. It's Underlord Venge.
Oh, yeah, it's still just a poke lane.
Yeah. Yeah, this is even more incentive to go for a Ring of Tarrasque. If you buy Ring of Tarrasque, they actually just don't touch you. So make sure you're playing Creep Aggro back here. You've already double range creeped yourself, so you're going to push into their wave. So what we mean by that is just A-click onto the enemy and walk the creeps backwards. So within 1 minute, you've already pushed it into their tower, which is very, very bad. This is guaranteed level 3 for Underlord. Because you right-clicked the enemy, so you drew creep aggro, so your creeps were killing theirs while your creeps, or their creeps weren't killing yours, but yours were killing theirs. So it pushed in, and then you didn't try any way of alleviating that. Your level 1 illusion cannot farm hard camp. It's a waste of mana. Keep it in lane to help you last hit.
Yeah, basically treat it like your Beastmaster with Boar or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's the classic, my support's pulling and I'm dying.
Yep. Yeah, that's just because you messed up the creep equilibrium earlier. Like, you using that salve's entirely on you. And again, we have like 8 creeps in our wave. We have 2 melee creeps down here, 3 up here, and 2 range creeps. It's a lot of creeps. And then we're gonna go back towards our tower.
Your Oracle does need to just pull, I think, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the way you guys are just shoving this lane consistently.
Yeah. It's like, look how far forward you are. It's very bad. And like, yeah, you're gonna farm a hard camp with it, but that's Not something you want to be doing at this point. You don't want to be hitting
You
the
should
hard
just
camp.
pull the hard camp yourself right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so the way you can do that is you Quelling Blade this tree right here, and you can walk this camp all the way into this area here. If you stand this little nook right here, if you stand in there, and the creeps attack you, it'll instantly draw aggro if your creeps are in this area here, and it'll walk down this little path. I feel like this meta is very weird. Like, look where you are when you pop this meta. How do they pressure you when you're under tier 1? They don't. So why are you using the one spell that you can use to zone them off of a wave when they're not even going to contest you?
Yep.
Like your meta's half done, and the only reason why you even right-clicked an enemy is because they walked too far forward. And now you're in this thought process of, oh, my meta's active, I need to zone stuff, and you just missed 2 creeps because you were following the enemy trying to zone them.
Yeah, you're position 1. Just hit creeps.
Yeah. And then we missed out on double bounty. They're gonna get all 4? You get 1 out of 4. That's really bad.
Yeah, that is definitely not ideal.
Like if you have meta here, you can trade hits with this guy. You can sit in Firestorm as whack him if you have that Ring of Trask in meta. But they know you don't have meta, so you pose no threat in lane right now.
Yeah, this Underlord can literally just stand in front of the wave and just hit you. And not even let you get near it if he's good.
Also, we should mention that because we have far less replays this week, we'll be going a lot more in depth with them. Because last week we had like 20, 22, whatever. This week we have like 10. So we'll be spending a lot more time on each replay.
Which is good. Which is a good thing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you're free farming here, which is really nice. Again, because the lane is at your tower, not at their tower. Interesting.
Using meta to farm a hard camp at this point feels very weird. Like, all these meta usages have been kind of weird. Like, the first one I can get behind, second one not at all, and the third one I think is by far the worst. Like, you're using meta, your only laning ability, to farm a hard camp. If you watch a lot of high-ranking Terrorblade players, the way they play Terrorblade in the early game, after, like, level 6, 7, or before that, like, levels 1, 2, 3, 4, they're like, yo, I'm a melee creep, I don't do anything, I need to support babysit me. Okay, Oracle babysits you, that's fine. And that's what he did. And then once you hit, like, level 5, you have this skill build where you have level 3 Conjure Image, you have double Wraithband. So your illusions are pretty tanky, and, like, they can farm a small camp for you. What you could do is you have the support can go bottom, and you farm the jungle until you have your Metamorphosis back up. And when you have meta, you can go back into lane and try fighting them 1v2. And then as soon as your meta is done, you just walk back to the jungle and have the illusion come help you farm. And whenever the wave is in this area here, like right by your tower, we're going to push into your tower, then you walk back over preemptively. That way you're getting, like, you're not risking yourself dying because you don't have meta, or you're risking trading inefficiently when you don't have meta, and you are maximizing your farm.
I don't know if you remember last week we had the Troll Reap, like, you know, rank 100 or something. If you watched in the lane, when he had a pretty, like, once the lane got kind of free because his support left and people rotated away, he just did exactly what Journey said. Take camps right back to lane. Take camps right back to lane. Just maximize your farming efficiency, like 100%. It's even easy. Well, it's not easier necessarily with Terrorblade, but you can do it because you have your illusions.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is fine. But then as I'm farming this wave, like, your player perspective is bet on yourself. I'm not going to assume you aren't looking, but watch the minimap. Tell me, like, is this lane going to be pushing into their tower or my tower? I'm going to assume it's going to keep pushing into their tower for, like, one more wave, and then at that point, it is going to push into my tower, just due to where it was, Underlord farming, all that crap. Which looks like I'm going to be right, because they have double range creep. like, this isn't the time to pop meta, because this is going to push into me, so I'm not punishing Underlord for backing off. Because he knows that this lane is going to be pushing into me anyways, so he can concede these 3-4 creeps of gold and XP, because he knows that after it's pushed into your tower, it'll naturally push into his tower, which means you don't have meta, so you can't contest him.
All true stuff.
Yeah. So, like, if you wanted to pop meta here and get aggressive, what happens every 5 minutes? What's the most, like, important thing that happens every 5 minutes besides bounties? The cart spawns. Let's see how long you have Metamorphosis last until your cart hits their tier 1. I will place a bet right now, seeing how I can see your timer. You will not get a single hit in this tier 1 with the Siege Reap by the time your Metamorphosis is up. I'm going to check. Yep. What happens if you save that meta and popped it here? What do you do this tier 1? It goes to, like, half health. Because whenever they try to step up to kill you or the cart or the creep wave, you just destroy them. Because you're a Terror Blade. That's what you do.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think in general that a lot of the core replays we get, we don't see a lot of. Like, you're a core, you're a position 1, you're allowed to push the opponent's offlane tower, like if the lane is open. Now, this is obviously not, like, this is weird because the laning stage is still going 12 minutes into the game, which is not ideal. But, like, you feel free to push the wave into the tower, into your, like, opponent's tower. You don't necessarily have to hit it yourself if there's people there, but say your team forces a bunch of rotations to the opponent's safe lane and you're free farming, yeah, you can take the tower. Like, that's actually extremely good because it gives you more map control.
Yep.
So don't be afraid to use, like, tower pushing abilities, even as a position 1, 12 minutes into a game, to push a tower. Now, don't suicide yourself to try and take it, but you kind of get what I'm saying, hopefully.
Yeah. Your whole point is to force pressure. You want to ideally, like in a perfect world, you force their 5 to TP to top lane, and then you say, alright, my offlaner is free farming. If you watch a lot of high-ranking Dragon Knights, like pro-level Dragon Knights, at the 10-minute mark, almost every game, they'll have a support come gank. So, not because they want it, like, not because they're like, oh, 10 minutes is a really cool time to gank. I feel like we should. No, it's because they know the cart is coming. They pop their ultimate, they Dragon Tail, their support kills the guy. Free tier 1 tower. Which is also why a lot of high-ranking supports at the 10-minute mark will go walk over to their mid laner, and they'll sit behind them and wait for the counter gank potential. Same idea with Terror Blade. Although you're not Dragon Knight, you don't pressure towers as hard. You have the same idea, where 10 minutes come in, the cart comes in, say, yo, Jakiro, come top. We can slay some kiddos. It's like, yeah, dog, en route. He TP's top, you kill them, you pressure them out of lane, whatever, who cares. Take that tier 1. Like, worst case, they TP top and try to pressure you guys, and you walk away. In best case, they don't do that, and you get a free tier 1. Which means free gold, free map control, and it's a lot harder to gank you if they don't have a tier 1 to TP into.
Yeah, your Oracle should probably TP mid, I was gonna say.
That's where you die?
What's going on there?
That's where you die.
Yeah, this is because, and I think I say this in every replay review, your team is not pressuring away from you. Like, if you're in every single Dota game you ever play, well, that's probably, maybe not entirely, that's not true. In most games you play, you're the position 5, or you're in a game, you're any position. Do you want to be playing next to your Terror Blade that needs farm and doesn't want to fight? No. So, who do you want to play next to? Well, probably your offlaner, who is in theory stronger earlier than a Terror Blade is. Now, it's a Drow in this game, so that's completely worthless. You basically have no offlaner. But in, like, let's say you're the Radiant and they're doing this well. Do they want to play next to Underlord or PL? They clearly want to play next to Underlord 15 minutes into the game. They don't want to sit and diddle around by their PL so he has no farm because everything's contested. They're gonna pull people to the top lane or the mid lane, force all the rotations there, and then their PL is gonna free farm, and they're gonna push into your jungle, kill your safe lane tier 1, your mid tower, and kill you. And that's exactly what happened. Now, they didn't take the towers because this isn't, you know, that organized of a game. But in a general game sense thing, like, you don't want to be near your hard carry. They need the farm. Like, play away from them. If you're the position 5 and you're hard carry, like right now, you're free farming. This is fine because the pressure's not on you. But, like, if you're the Oracle, the second the lane seems fine, like, TP bottom and, like, go kill some shit down there. And then next thing you know, the Underlord and the Venge will TP in and your Terror Blade's free farming. Like, that's just kind of the general, like, progression of a game, just from a macro sense. All right, I'm off my rant now.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong. It's a very big problem a lot of people have, where they're like, yo, my safe laner is being pressured, let's go help them. No, don't do that. You're literally hurting him. If you have 3 heroes in X lane, where do they want to go? Where's the most amount of kill potential going to happen? In X lane. I don't care if it's top, mid, or bottom. So logically, you want to go to Y lane, where they aren't there, and force them to go there. Force them to where they don't want to be.
Pretty much. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's like what I would be doing right now is I would be playing bottom as Terrorblade, because logically, where do they want to be playing? If the Radiant team wants to get ahead in this game, they're going to walk into this area, take this tier 1 tower top lane, and they're just going to try killing you. But if you're down here, what happens? When, like, let's say they 5-man gank you, you die. What do they take when they walk into their jungle down here and kill you? What's the closest objective? The outpost. Okay, cool, they take an outpost. This tier 1 tower is dead. Then they have to walk all the way like this to go for a mid tier 1 or mid tier 2. Or they can walk all the way like this for a top tier 1, top tier 2. There's literally no objectives the Radiant team can take on the Radiant half of the map, believe it or not. So play on the Radiant half of the map. It's the same reason why PL right now should be playing top lane, because you guys don't want to be ganking your own jungle. That's really inefficient of you guys.
Yeah, and that's one of like the big separations. Like, this kind of relates to taking fights between even like 5K to 7K, like those brackets. And it definitely applies here. If you watch like a professional game, or even like just a, any Twitch streamer that's like 9K MMR, every single fight has a purpose. It's somebody trying to win a fight to take an objective. It's not just some random fight in the middle of nowhere, like their own jungle with no objectives to take, just because they feel like killing the Terrorblade. Like, that doesn't happen. And if they are going to try and kill the Terrorblade, it's a quick smoke gank and then they're immediately out. Like, these pointless fights, and again, it happens in every bracket up until you're like giga high MMR. Like, and I'm talking higher than 7K, like 8K, the fights start to get all really logical. But just think about that when you're playing. And it's more applicable, all this macro stuff, if you're in a stack, so your teammates actually listen to you, or like kind of agree with you, and you're not just going to argue with each other the whole time. But think about when you take fights and when you're playing in certain areas, what you're going to get out of it. Don't play somewhere for no reason. Like, try and make your plays and take your fights with a purpose.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, the one thing I wanted to comment on is when you're playing these AFK farming heroes, like, a lot of people have issues with anti-mage, because they're like, oh, he AFK farms, he does nothing. That's true in like sub 5K games. They AFK from the jungle, like we just saw you doing right now. Instead of you being in this jungle right here, why aren't you down here pushing out this lane? You get it to, like, let's say here, and then your team's like, oh, a fight's happening mid. Do we want to fight this? Well, we can decide, because we have the creep wave, like, let's say in this area here, and if they don't come back, your Terrorblade can solo take this tier 2 tower, which is meta or whatever, as the fight's happening. Or you guys can choose to fight mid, depending on how strong you feel. But because you were AFK hitting creeps in this area, you don't have that option. You have to fight this tower or you lose it. There's no trade for you to make. So when you're playing these AFK farmers, like these Terrorblade, these Naga, these Anti-Mage, you need to be finding something on the map. Like, create pressure to relieve pressure on your team. If you're using meta, you're probably going to win this fight because they're really dumb in taking this fight in the first place.
There you go.
But, like, this... Let me finish this fight. I want to see what happens. Interesting Gus.
Yeah, he said, why did I lose this game? That's what we got as the general thoughts and questions.
Yeah.
We like partially talked about that already, but
yeah.
I'm sure there's more. Oracle actually used the Dispel on the Wind Ranger. That's cool.
You're walking back top. So, like, this is an issue right now. Because how are you creating pressure on the map right now? You realize your hero with no metamorphosis is useless. This hero doesn't function without meta in the 23-minute mark. So what can you do to buy yourself 70 seconds of them not making a play on you or your team? Farming jungle creeps on your half map is not the answer, I can tell you that. Right now, Clinks is bottom, pushing that in. Why isn't that you? Why isn't it you with all your boys? You send all your goons, you have goons farming here, goons farming over here, and you're farming like over here or over here with your main hero. This is creating more pressure. You're going top lane to pressure their off lane. Like, no one really cares about pressure, like if you pressure an off lane. Taking this tier 2 for you guys is nothing. Like, yeah, now somebody's gonna have to come in to fight this or defend this, but like this isn't that big of an issue. Because they're buying Roshan first of all, so they can go, like, if they kill you in a... This is an interesting meta. You are heavily committed to this. This is going to kill you.
Suicide. Oh, yeah, they fortified. You see nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, well, found them.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's just forcing an objective you don't need to do. It's like, ask yourself when you're taking a tier 2, what happens when I pop meta to take this tier 2? Like, picture the next 2 minutes of the game, because it's a 2-minute cooldown, right? Like 150 something? Yeah, 155. So about 2.5 minutes. What happens in the 2 minutes of downtime where I have no meta? Well, let's watch. Radiant team is going to walk at mid lane, fight you guys, and your guys are probably going to lose because you're useless for 60 more seconds. And if they don't, that's you, like, them not being good. That's them being awful. You die again. Oh, maybe.
Good meta. You've been Oracle ultied. Interesting decision on a Terrorblade. I don't know. What is the how does the interaction between Oracle and Terrorblade really work? Like, I understand, obviously, if you say Oracle ults you and then you sunder, you don't actually gain any health, right?
So the way it works is Oracle hides the value of your health. So let's say he has 100 health and he sundered, let's say, Wind Ranger, or he sundered Venge, and Venge has 1,000 health. If you ult and then sunder,
Yeah, okay.
it does swap the health that Terrorblade currently has, but obviously it's really weird. You never really want to be Oracle ulted. It's kind of hard to explain, but
yeah, I feel like it's kind of like Morphling. You never want your Oracle to ult you.
Yeah, because you can't see the values, which is important to know. It's like, you could be sundering them more health, or not sending them more health. You could be screwing yourself a bit harder because you don't see that, obviously, like, any of the regen, healing, all that stuff is doubled. Popping meta again.
Yeah, like, I don't know that you need meta to...
Yeah, at this point in the game,
camps.
yeah.
Your Jakiro is hitting jungle creeps. Very cool, instead of de-pushing anything. Really good stuff. Oh, Fiel's dead.
So remember how I talked about fighting in your jungle and like the benefits and problems of that? It's like, this is going to give you guys Roshan. I hope to God it gives you guys Roshan. But like, well, several things. Their team shouldn't be fighting by Roshan, first of all, because as soon as you guys win this fight, you guys get Rosh.
Oh yeah, the only reason I think they take a Rosh fight, Radiant, is if they like smoke and pick someone.
Yeah. Yeah, and this gives you guys Roshan, yeah. It's like, that fight, if Radiant team is smart, would have been happening anywhere on this half of the map. Look at this little section down here. There's no reason for Radiant team to risk going for a fight here. But it's also, if you guys took this fight down here and you guys lost this, their entire team's to walk all the way over here to try, oh, the fight's still happening? No. To try contest or getting Roche. So it's better for you guys. If you guys would have lost this fight, obviously. But, like, they're dumb enough to try taking a fight in your jungle at this point in the game. When they clearly aren't strong. Underlord has like a BKB. Blink. Yeah, like what? This guy feels like he's strong.
Why did he rush a BKB?
I don't know. This is like a god tier Crimson game. The only hero that like does something against Crimson is Oracle and the oh. Okay, I'm gonna rewind this.
Oh, you are Giga dead.
Yeah. You see Venge on the map. At this point, Venge just wave a terror to you and you see the Underlord, pop in an illusion and walk away. But yeah, it's like your illusion's here. Your illusion's gonna kill this wave. Wind Ranger just power shot and you're still here. You feel way too strong. Or you feel stronger than you actually are. You pop meta on your first life as your entire team's killing you before your team can respond. So now your fight's already over.
Oh, yeah, you're giga dead. Dude, this Oracle ulti into Sunder is tripping me out. Is your team actually gonna win this fight?
No.
You're just dead.
Safe meta for your second life, don't be there. My biggest tip for somebody who's learning Terrorblade or any micro heroes is you can use control groups and have your illusion farm that. Like they showed what? 2 heroes, 3 spells, like a third hero with the power shot. You knew for a fact that they were close enough to hit you with a power shot and with a terror. Why risk it? Yeah, they're pretty dumb for jumping you, but like hypothetically, they could jump you, force meta, force a BKB, force whatever, and then back off. They're dumb enough to stick around for that, but like, now you have no BKB, no meta for a minute, and you're back to hitting creeps near half the map. Clinks is dead for 80. Great pressure. My TP right here would have been going towards bottom, because you're not fighting this tier 2. This tier 2 is dead. If they actually go for a fucking objective. But yeah, so even going for top tier 2 is kind of okay, but what they should be doing on Radiant is walking into your jungle after the tier 2 and killing anybody that's in there. Or going for that play now. And you're from the same camp as your Dro. Yes, like, to keep re-emphasizing of what you should be doing. You should be down here, in this little area here. Your illusions can farm ungodly fast on Terrorblade. Same thing with your Manta style illusions. If you did that, they would not be mid right now. Popping your Manta before you have a BKB is very, very questionable. If you got Puck silenced right now, you're dead. They can kill you pretty quickly with chain stuns and all that. And your meta's been wasted. But yeah, save your Manta for, oh, do not keep walking mid, you're gonna die. Half your team is dead.
Yeah, I feel like they just insta-kill you with any sort of initiate here. Or they whiff everything.
Oh, it's a possibility.
Holy frame dropping.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so just to jump back to the original question here, which is like, why did you lose this game? Talked about in the draft phase, you guys basically lost in the draft phase. That definitely did not help. You have no PL counter, you have no offlaner, like that's a start. Second, I think what I would say, and Journey obviously comment on this after, is there's zero lane pressure being created by the 3-4 people who can push lanes. I mean, the only person who really doesn't ever want to touch a lane here is Oracle, because Oracle has zero way to shove a lane in. Terrorblade, Drow, Clinks, and Jakiro can all sit and deep push and shove waves. Like, and nobody has done it. Like, instead, you and Drow are hitting the same 2 camps in the jungle. Like, just thinking about that, keeping lanes in is really important. And there's a really good Jenkins video where he talks about like the importance of creeps in games and how it's like the most important objective in the entire game. If you can control the creeps, you can win the game. It's even more important than kills in some cases.
Yeah, don't do that, Sunder. Don't ping your, like, spam ping your team. That death was entirely on you for being there. Like, the one thing Gear Draft can do decently well, what you can do decently well, is you can out-split push them. Puck doesn't have bots from what I know. Puck is a mech. So just split push the map. For like, your Manta style, when you're not fighting, you're farming, obviously. So use your Manta style as a farming item. Have them walk down a lane together, walk at a creep camp together. If you are farming their camps, they don't have a camp to farm. So PL's more, like, PL shouldn't be matching your net worth. You farm faster than PL does. Like, if you if you played in this area of the map the entire game, and anytime you felt any bit of pressure, you backed off into this area here, the safest part on the Dire map, or Dire's half of the map, this little circle. Whenever you didn't feel pressured, you put in like let's say they walked at Roshan. You fucking send an illusion like this, the illusion instantly kills this wave. And then you send your hero or a Manta illusion down like this, it instantly kills this wave. Instantly 2 waves are being pressured into their half of the map. What do? They TP back. And then they're like, alright guys, let's go. We're really strong. They walk back into their back onto your half of the map. Again, your illusion goes and cuts this wave over here, and it cuts a wave down here. And you just never give them a chance to play the game. And then you just keep doing that until you're like, yo, I'm ungodly like at this point. We're going to go 1v5 them. And you 1v5 them with 4 heroes behind you because 1v5ing is dumb. And then you win the game. Because you're Terrorblade and you have 600 last hits, 30k net worth 40 minutes into the game.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we can call it here. Also, the last thing I want to point out, you have a Maelstrom queued up, or a Milnir queued up. If you're queuing up a Milnir on Terrorblade and you had last pick, it means you fucked up your pick. You didn't solve an issue that was pretty clear that your draft was going to have. A lot of single target damage. And very prone, like, all agility heroes that depend on armor and sitting far back to win. Terrorblade, like Satanic, Butterfly, Scotty can man-fight heroes. Not really a Phantom Lancer who's actually farmed, but can't do it. If he clicks the Doppelganger button, he can do it. Yeah, so like, just be more mindful of what you pick. Don't pick being like, oh, they don't have many a Terrorblade counter. It's good. It's like, you don't know what your last pick is, and your draft doesn't enable a Terrorblade. I think we can call it off of that because this game is going to mega you in like the next 5 minutes, probably after a Roshan take.
Yep, pretty much. Alright, the next one. Skip the second one. We'll do that at the end, just so we get to Ultron.
Sure.
Next, on the OD, I actually don't understand the obsession with this hero. I feel like I guess it's good in like certain games, but I feel like it's really bad in most.
Really bad in like 90 other percent of them. Yep. And this looks like one of those 90%.
I see this. I mean, Wraith King, I feel like Wraith King and Tide it can function against. I mean, they have a Lion, so, you know, they basically have, you know, Arteezy on their team.
Yeah.
God Lion. Is that a mid Snapfire? That went 16-4?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, pull up that profile. That seems a little skeptical. I don't know who can go 16-4 on mid Snapfire. What on earth?
I don't know.
Look at the build.
Deku God.
That's like actually giga griefy. Like I feel like that hero can't right click.
I can't. It gets 6 attacks on like what 12 seconds. They have 2 Desolators. Where's Tide's Desolator?
That's not that bad. 2 Desos. I saw Secret do that today.
Why? What's the incentive for that?
I think they had Weaver, Mars. No, was it Secret or oh my god, what team? It was the other game I was watching, not Secret. Holy shit. Whoever Virtus Pro played. Liquid had 2 Desos on a Weaver and a Mars.
This feels very weird. Like, the only thing I can think of is that Mars can apply in an AoE. But like, I don't know.
I guess because they're hitting different targets. Like Mars isn't killing the backline.
Yeah, maybe
with the Weavers. I don't know. It worked. They won.
Yeah, I don't know.
But and yeah, there's a DK hard support. That's that I don't think that's good.
Yep, that's what I was going to comment on. Draft. You last picked OD. If you have a Spectre, how do you play with Spectres? You make space on the map, then Spectre comes online and you win Dota 2. What does OD want to do? Hit creeps. A lot of creeps. OD's typically played as a 1. Like, he's a 1 in the mid position. He takes up a lot of the farm on the map because his hero doesn't function without farm. You had Hurricane Pike, and as you saw, you went 3 and 6. Not on you, because you have 2 goons on your team who died 24 times both, or like together. But you didn't pick something that enabled your Spectre. Swap out this OD pick for like Queen of Pain, Puck, Ember Spirit, Void Spirit, Broodmother, I don't care who.
So, someone that wants to be active. Do we
Mhm.
need to do a video on that? Add that to the video idea list. The difference between active and farming cores, because like every replay review, there's some error in it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's again a matter of your draft has all these heroes who kind of just want to farm and get kills. Like Centaur wants to go get kills, but who does he play with? You have a Dragon Knight with a Shadow Blade who's a hard support, a Bounty Hunter who wants to get kills but really depends on the second hero to play with him. Then you have Spectre who like can join kills, but if you're committing a haunt for a single pick off, they can just push down the lane and fight you guys. Then you have OD. There's a reason why this hero is just not played much right now. Like swap this OD for Quap, and you can play with Bounty Hunter, Centaur, and I guess Dragon Knight can come if he wants to. And then you just kill stuff, and you get track gold. You'd be happy.
Yeah, but can't pick a farming mid here. Not with a Spectre. If you had like a Ricky position 1, you could get away with a farming mid.
Yeah, definitely, because OD does destroy Tidehunter. Like, really hard.
And Wraith King.
And Wraith King, yeah. Like, you force both those heroes into BKBs, or they accept that their fight is never gonna happen.
But yeah, this game clearly not so lucky.
Yeah. So ask your supports for 2 tangos when you're playing mid, because you spent 90 gold on 0 stats, bought or boosted. Who are you talking to?
Someone have like a ridiculous looking account?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so like I was saying, you're why can't I look at your profile? Are you looking at Bounty Hunter? No, let me look at you. Yeah, so this tango should have been like a fairy fire or something like that, and you get 2 tangos from your supports, or like 1 tango or whatever. That way you get an extra 2 range, so it helps you last hit better, so you can get an advantage mid. Like mid is all about maximizing your gold.
I still can't get over hard support DK.
To be fair, I thought about trying it, and then I was like, no, this sounds awful. Level 1 and 2, you sound so useless.
I mean, I guess you could view it kind of like a death prophet.
Yes.
But yeah, I still feel like that's really bad.
This is kind of standard laning stuff, trading last hits. Once you get like level 2 and Astral, then you can start Astraling the guy. Like if he plays this far forward, look to Astral him a bit more. Just punish him for
Snapfire has like 0 attack range.
Yeah, that range creep's gonna be in high range. Yeah. But yeah, so I just I think just utilize your Astral more. Like look how close she's playing to your creeps. Like, every time she's close, is Astral him and get a 1 last hit, 1 deny, like get some sort of advantage out of it. Which you're starting to do, like you're 9 and 5 to his 8 and 1. That's pretty significant in your favor. Yeah, like you're doing really well in denying and stuff.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And then like here, the range keeps getting it. Yeah, that's fine. Never mind. So at the time you placed your ward, if the enemy had a ward on their high ground, they would have seen it, so it instantly gets dewarded. If you're going to place a ward for yourself mid, you typically want to do it right away, or have a support do it, or wait until nighttime so their ward expires, and then you place your ward. Placing it at the 4-minute mark in the middle of daytime, if they had a ward, if they're paying attention, they're going to kill it, which is very bad. And even if it happens 1 in 10 games out of your game, that's a very big problem to play around. You just gave them free gold, free XP, and you lost a ward. And the biggest tip for the laning phase is use your Astral. I think you've used that. Oh,
Holy frame drop. Could be my internet, but it is dropping some frames.
is it? What is chat saying?
Nothing really. So maybe not. Maybe it's just me, which is
Oh,
possible.
apparently the Invoker is one of his friends. That's why he's asking bot or boosted.
Oh, for some reason I'm struggling to watch this live. Yeah, because it's dropping like a few frames every now and then it like jumps to not live and then resets to live. So
Really?
I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I mean,
Hmm.
it's definitely workable. It is just there's a slight delay regardless, just because we can't hardwire either of our computers because we're both on laptops, so that doesn't make it particularly easy. But
Hmm.
I mean, you have 11 denies, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely. Punish him whenever he uses Scatter Blast like this. Deny the creep. God, what is this Snapfire doing?
Tower is under attack.
I mean, it's a Snapfire mid. It's definitely someone who thinks he's like really hot shit and that he can play anything mid. And he picks Snapfire mid and goes 16-4 with a right click build. Somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dire's courier
Astral yourself here is pretty much a death sentence. Did he just not want to cook either? I didn't have mana. Huh. It was kind of weird that they were like ganked with no heroes with mana. Invoker has none now, and Snapfire had none. Like I feel like if you astral yourself there and they had like a lion near or they had mana, you just die.
Radiant
Your
structures.
best play is to astral the Snapfire there, so she can't cookie you. Or cookie onto you, I should say.
Goodness, yeah. Don't gank with no mana. That's just literally wasting time.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower
Also, I don't think you put a point in your ult at 6 if you don't have orb.
I think you do, don't you? Because it increases your mana pool.
I guess. I don't know. I don't see a lot of ODs.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that. You can kill this guy. If you astral and ulted him, he died there. You still have your 8 charges. Yeah, astral and ult.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're dead. Big ult. Oh, unlucky. Oh, Inspector comes in and dies too.
Why? Why? He has like 10 HP. Why? I don't understand that.
Well, you have 1k gold all of a sudden. Spend your gold. I don't know how. When did you get all this gold? Spend your gold. Are you buying the point booster?
I guess. Nothing quick, nothing shift queued up to buy.
Oh, me shift queues up the Hurricane Pike. Right, yeah, you don't even get an Aghanims this game.
I know Ags was standard on OD when OD was like in the meta. Is it still standard though? We talked about this
Yeah, we
last
talked
week.
about this
We don't
last
know
week. I'm
jack
pretty
shit
sure.
about OD.
I'm pretty sure it still is.
Yeah,
Astral.
I think it's still good.
Astral. Astral. There you go. Oh, getting an aggressive position. That's ambitious. I guess you
Oh,
forced out
dodge the
TPs with
cookie.
the play.
Oh, your godly specter's here again. Like, dude. The specter is also not helping himself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and here comes a big gank. And do you astral yourself again? No, you don't. Nice.
Look at this lion's inbound. It's very scary. I like how they casted 0 of their like 10 control spells and
Yeah.
instead just ran after you.
is under attack.
Yeah, so I'm talking with the ward. You got dewarded instantly because you warded under their ward.
Yeah.
Snapfire is top, so push the lane into his tier 1. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower structures under attack.
Punish them for not having a hero sit mid.
Are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
good. Again, OD, you're playing this role. You're not supposed to rotate with OD, so
Yeah.
I think you're doing this fine. Or you can, just definitely not as frequently as like a more active mid.
Tide Hunters here?
Dude, what are these rotations? Oh, Ligar's here too?
Yeah, I
I feel like
mean,
you're Giga dead because your team didn't even bother to come in.
yeah.
Centaur is hitting creeps, or hitting neutrals, while the wave is in front of the tier 2, and his mid is dying, literally 10 units from him.
Yeah, map awareness. It's report hard, support DK. I mean, yeah, what has this guy accomplished? He's rushing a Shadow Blade and it hasn't maxed, or he has 1 point in his stun. I think this is awful. We're a support. You look at one of the longest levels, or longest duration stuns in the game.
Yeah, like, I could see it again. My thought on that is, could you play it like support Death Prophet, where you just play around your ult to give tower push? But DK's ult definitely is not as strong as Death Prophet's.
I think so. I know I've seen FNG, the player who's playing for Alliance right now, when he played for Gambit. I'm assuming he still plays for Gambit because they haven't announced anything. But he used to play support Dragonite, like very occasionally. They'd run this like very push heavy strat. I don't know who they did it with. I think it was like DP mid, Leshrac hard carry, Death Dragonite hard support, and they had like one other hard pusher, like maybe like a Mars who buy the auras or something like that, something cool. And they would just push down towers, and even when they're behind, you just have to deal with their supports. Their supports were constantly taking your buildings. And then I think he went like 2-18 in one game and stopped picking it, if I remember right.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right. I feel like this Centaur should not really be playing in the same like 3 camps as you, but whatever.
Yeah. We're getting worked. Yeah, we're 2-12 around the map right now. Half our team has died. Was it bot or boosted?
Centaur, are you feeding DK hard support? Probably both and scripted.
Nah, asked for swap. I mean, if you offer us a swap, let's take DK mid, but Hero doesn't lose games. Like, Hero's like crazy good right now.
Instead of, Snapfire mid, which I feel like is pretty... Oh, wait, what? Wrong team.
Yeah. But yeah, if you put DK mid, you just dumpster the Snapfire. You just take her tower at the 10-minute mark. Like, when she rotated top, you would have punished him super hard. Instead, they're just running down your towers because you have this farm-intensive 80 last hit Dragonite or OD, and they're taking your fucking tier 3.
Yeah, it's the second game in a row that's like Giga ruined by the draft.
Yep.
Oh wait, what did he say about this game? I actually forgot. Dude, I get super toxic too. You don't have to apologize. Just see me in the last game I played.
Astral, your boy. Save your boy. You have Astral and Force Staff.
Alright, he said I don't even know what to say. Centaur fed, BH fed, hard support DK. I had like 4 ganks against me, middle with 0 rotations. What more can I do in this game? Yeah, you guys pretty much just lost. I don't really think that you can do much. This is one of those that you just lost.
Maybe yesterday still. You're gonna ult this guy, aren't you? Oh, you're not. He's just standing still. He's accepted his death, I guess. And you missed him with your ult. How is he not tracked? He's a bounty hunter.
You actually missed him. Yeah, and how do you not have a ward down? I don't. This game is very questionable. You have a suicidal Snapfire, a DK hard support, and 2 people straight up feeding. Yes, kill the lion. Kill the lion. He's gonna get away. He's dead.
Well, your Spectre's dead now. What? What does Red King have? He's a chunk the guy. He's Shadow Blade already. This game is over. There's no way in hell you guys win this game. You guys are like 10,000. Yeah, you're 10k down. I can actually see the stat. Why am I gonna say like 10k down? Yeah, this is pretty rough. Your Centaur's been hitting so many creeps. He's actually surpassed you in net worth.
Yeah, it's people not playing their roles. Like, you pick offlane Centaur and then you farm like you're a position 1 by like hitting neutral creeps and shoving 0 lanes. Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't do anything. Like, it's the most 0 impact stuff. That doesn't help you win games when people do stuff like this.
And he's dead again. Oh, the juke god. He's coming in hot. Well, I would not have forced that in like that. You know, after you see, guarantee yourself that he's gonna die after you after yourself there. And they opt for the walk away strategy.
That's really cool. Hey, Lion doesn't have fingers, so he's basically useless now.
Yeah.
So they figured that they couldn't fight without their, best player and his abilities. Dude, what is this Spectre? The Spectre has 7,000 net worth at 25 minutes. That's kind of sad.
And then they walk in here after. Yeah, this is just a complete outdraft. Like, their team fight. Oh, and you ask yourself again. Oh, Stampede to save you? Ooh, Lion didn't time the stun properly. You're dead again. The big ass roll again? Yeah. Oh, yeah, gushed. Unlucky. Yeah, I think we can, this is a fucking joke. Yeah, I agree with you on that statement. This is a fucking joke. Best tip is just, don't pick OD here. Like, you kind of read yourself based on draft. You pick this hero that offers no D push with, very farm-intensive gameplay against a Wraith King who's just gonna outpace you guys. Like, obviously, you're not gonna predict a Snapfire mid. If this was like a high-ranking game, I'd assume this is Quaswex Invoker, offlane Kaiba Snapfire, 5 Lion, 1 Wraith King. They're gonna rush Radiance. They're gonna take all my buildings because they can't, or we can't fight them, and then you're gonna lose because you have OD Snaps or OD Spectre, and they don't. You just got like 5 shot. 2 crits in a row.
Yeah, this game is pretty much over. This is just a drafting thing. Yeah, not pretty much. It is over.
When you have last pick, like I saw in chat with the Terrorblade from last game, that they got last pick PL'd. You had last pick too, though. If you have last pick and they out last pick you, it's on you for picking something not good. Like, you have the same gotcha pick that they had. The issue is you had a gotcha pick that didn't solve any of the issues your draft had, and it enabled them more. Like, if you picked like a Mars, even though it's not a gotcha hero, it still solves a lot of your issues. This game, instead of picking this OD, after I see, like, I don't see the Wraith King, so we can assume that he's just gone off our screen. But we know our biggest issues are we have no way of clearing waves. Our gank potential is kind of shit. It's all based around Centaur getting his Blink Hoof Stomp off. Which, if you are playing like a lot more gank heavy draft, you want more options. You want like an Earthshaker as your 4 and a Centaur with the Blink. You want like an Aghanims for catch on OD, and then a Fighting Core instead of Spectre. Like, if your last pick in this mid, it has to be something that can fight. Obviously, you don't see the Wraith King, but like, grab yourself a Spirit Hero. Grab like a lane dominated like a Broodmother, a Meepo, like a Death Prophet who you can group up around. Like, who do we group up around this game? The 5 DK? The Centaur who's hitting his nukes?
Yeah, pretty much everything was done horrendously in this game.
Yeah.
I think honestly, you did as well as you could, but I mean, the Centaur has 200 less hits, like, and 12 deaths. That's impressive. He was either hitting creeps or dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's a horrible draft. It was horribly played by your team. Like, it's macro things that are the reason you got stopped in this. Definitely not you in specific.
Yeah, definitely. But it's also, like, again, you have last pick overall. You have to do the thing that beats their drafts as well as tie. No, he was 9th pick. Remember, it's in phases now. Remember?
Oh,
so 9th and 10th are same phase. He had 5th phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, their team, you have to be the one that beats that. You have to be the Wraith King for your team, the one that ties your draft together. They lacked a building hitter and a hard carry, so they picked one. You guys lacked a hero that can make ganks happen and that can fight. You picked OD. It was the opposite. Pretty simple stuff, and obviously it's not like super informative, but again, 2 games in a row. If you have 10th pick, you have to be the solution to your draft. Like, the entire draft, they picked before you so you could have the best game possible. That's why people always argue over who gets 10th pick, or last pick, I mean. Because you get the easiest game. You get like almost no counters in your game, or minimal counters in your game if you have the final pick in the game. This one was... Who was this one?
Meeps.
Meeps on Bristleback, right. General
All
thoughts and
right.
questions. Let's hear them.
Yep. All right. How do I not feed when playing early game, and especially in off lane? All right. Well, that's got a lot of answers. This game was surely a loss, but they threw the game at the very end, so we ended up winning. That sounds pretty normal. I think without the misplay, we would have 100% lost this game. Wondering about our map movements, group play, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Macro stuff. The Troll Warlord plays League of Legends and not a lot of Dota, so we were teaching him as well. All right, well that's cool, you guys.
Yeah.
So all right, we can look at that. I mean, he obviously didn't go. I mean, yeah, it's a new player. It's still, I mean, 9, 13, and 16. I would have loved if I went that like my first 10 games.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, general tips. Lack of mangoes. If I'm going to assume you're against the Undying. What the hell is their lanes? Is it Undying or is it Wish Doctor bottom?
Probably Undying. Undying just destroys Bristleback Clockwork.
So my tip for this
Actually, just
is you buy more mangoes and go back lane. Although it's not ideal that you're giving Spectre free farm, you're just gonna feed her and give her free farm if you are losing your lane. Like, there are ways to play around Undying, such as like Magic Stick kind of beats that hero decently well because he's dropping your total health pool, so Magic Stick heals you up more. Same thing with Tangos and Salves. Like any regen items are better against Undying because he's lowering your total health pool, so they work quicker. So, like, keeping your health pool up is very important. Like, I'm not going to see a whole lot of value out of these two sticks. Because I know no matter what happens, I'm against one hero that's going to beat me super hard in their supporting cast. Witch Doctor does pretty well with Maledict against tanky heroes, and Undying just crushes any strength melee hero, because you can't trade hits with him. If he's good, you can't.
Yeah, they pretty much, I mean, overall though, your draft is actually semi-competent.
Yeah, my issue is the Zeus pick sucks. Zeus and the Spectre is never fun, same thing with Sniper. But right here, like, you have no idea what's happening on the map. It's 4 seconds until battering. This is like the time where people just walk the low ground and fight. And your camera is, look at the secret shop. Like, you're looking at this cutie over here. You don't want to see him, you want to see like this. And you sit on this high ground up here, because if you sit on the high ground, you can see that it's Witch Doctor with a stick and Spectre with Mango, Salve, 3 Tangos. And you can give your clock a bit of info of, are people coming after me? Are they not? Instead, you've already walked away. Like, if you sat on the high ground, he could have positioned himself a little further back or something so he can then walk into the rune. It was hard to get casked. I'm going to assume that's you teaching the guy, but, like, be mindful of how you position or what you're looking at as well.
So it is a Witch Doctor. That's a mistake by them, I think. They definitely should put
100%. Yeah.
I don't know, well, the lane's pushing into you. That's cool.
Okay. My biggest tip so far is, as we talk about pretty much every week since we started, like hardcore RPG syndrome. You are literally non-stop looking at the middle of the screen. Like, your hero has never not been in the middle of the screen. Your camera should be like this, so you can see the Witch Doctor as you're playing. And you can tell, is he going to go pop his magic stick? Is he going to go back and salve? Is he going to go pull? Like, just give yourself the most info you can. Like, how I have the camera now is how I would be playing if I was you. Where my hero's at the very top of the screen, and all the info I'm getting is down in this area here. It's not like this, where I'm looking at the tree line, and it's not like this, where I don't see the enemy heroes. It's like a perfect balance where I see the most amount of information I can. Because that comes using pinch grip. I want a hero chase, I don't want that.
Your Clockwork definitely needs to pull.
Yeah, that's first blood. That's just because your lane isn't pulled.
Dude, position 4 is just learn how to pull the hard camp. You literally win lanes by body blocking their pull camp and pulling your hard camp.
Definitely. And if you're a hard support player like me, do the opposite. You body block their hard camp. Like a little tiny spot. Fuck off. A little tiny spot. You sit right here or over here, and their 4 can't contest you when you're blocking the hard camp. Or you just contest it with like every time they attack the creeps and walk it up like that, you sit over here and you auto attack it and walk it this way. That way they can't do it. But pulling is the name of the game at this point in Dota. Pulling is very advantageous to whoever uses it more. Like, even if you don't understand how to pull properly, just do it and then you'll eventually figure out how to do it. Like, again, RPG syndrome, you had no idea that range group's getting denied. You had Quill Spray off cooldown, you totally could have sniped it, but you weren't paying enough attention.
Journey and his camera obsession coming out again. It's
Honestly,
true though.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Well, it's just a small tip that, like,
Makes a
one
big
range creep can make or break a game, because he could be level... It could be the difference between level 3 and level 4, and level 4 could be Nasal Goo. Nasal Goo could be a Kill Inspector, which offsets Radiance by 30 seconds, which could be... And then you see how it spirals out of control. All because his camera was half a millimeter too high, or too low, or whatever.
I'm glad you pinged the rune out. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Your clockwork should be setting up for it, but...
Yeah. Do I even want Soul Ring here? I actually don't think I care for it. Isn't Bottle just significantly better for me? Against Witch Doctor.
Bottle, but
yeah.
Bottle on a Bristleback?
Yeah, Bottle on Bristle's fine. Especially when you get double bounty.
Yeah.
You get double bounty, it's
That's
totally
true.
fine.
Especially, yeah, because you shove the lane so hard. I never thought about that. That's a good point. That's a good point.
This is, again, an issue, like... 1, we keep isolating ourselves. 2, we keep playing too close to their creep wave, so it takes a lot longer for us to walk back. Like, whenever, the less creeps there are, the more powerful Witch Doctor gets. It's due to how Maledict works. If there's 3 creeps, he's gonna intentionally kill off the range creep or whatever, and then it's you and then the 1 creep, I mean. Not 3 creeps, 3 units. There's 3 units gonna intentionally kill the 3rd unit, then cask right away. And then he kills his Maledict you, and you take a shit ton of damage. Like, right now, what's gonna happen? He's gonna try killing that range creep with Spectre, and they're gonna get aggressive if you stay like this. And then the creep wave comes in, then you're being ganked.
Interesting. I don't know. What is your clockwork AFK? Because that's definitely not helpful. No, it's not.
Yeah, so if you're having this much trouble laning, it's just because your support's not pulling enough. You are playing really far forward, like, without much need. You need to respect the Maledict. Or just go back lane. Like, watch that clip about Eternal Envy we were talking about last week when Witherspoon sent in the replay about backlining. I think we mentioned it for. Where instead of you being here taking all this damage, you could be over here, like in the in this area over here, just walking circles and just spamming your Quill Spray, killing the creeps. And then Witch Doctor has to decide, does he isolate Spectre and leave Clockwork in a 1v1 Spectre? Or does he stay in bottom, push Clockwork out of lane, and give Spectre free farm? Because a good 4 will walk at the Spectre, not let him pull it into the hard camp. And then that leaves, like, you're forcing Witch Doctor into a lose-lose scenario instead of a win-win, because they're killing you and they're free farming Spectre. She's 31 and 5. Not free farmed, but not being pressured.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, and you're dead here. Yeah.
Actually, 31 and 5 at 10 minutes is pretty bad.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
compared to the rest of the game.
Yeah. The second highest net worth. We're gonna compare to that. But yeah, but again, not respecting Maledict and lack of regen items. Like, I don't think a Soul Ring has been used once, and if it has, I didn't see any value in it. Like, you could have honestly, if you're having mana issues, buy like Raindrops, Magic Stick, and a bottle, and there goes all your mana problems. And then if you want, eventually you can buy out a Magic Wand or a thingy, Soul Ring.
Alright, and then let's he did ask a lot about some more macro stuff, so we can focus on that a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna die here again. You've isolated yourself with one other unit. What did I talk about earlier? There's 3 units. The 3rd unit dies off. It's like, I can tell you are smart enough to protect your catapult with really good stuff. But you're protecting your catapult from a Witch Doctor. This is suicide. He's level 6 especially. And you're dead. And you wasted a salve too. That death cost you guys 400 gold, not including any last hits you would have missed.
Yep, that was rough.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a roughie.
On a macro level, so far this game though, Well, one, your clockwork is not doing anything right, which is obvious. What is he doing? This man is suicidal. Alright, well, this is good. Your team is actually playing in their safe lane. Granted, you're all feeding, but it could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a free farming troll now, so you did that. That was good. That was fine. So, like, I don't mean to say you're all feeding in like a mean way. I mean, your team got wiped, but like it could be worse. So like in this early game, right? You have a bristleback, and you have a clockwork. Bristleback can solo sustain lanes really well if he cuts, like Journey was saying. If you play behind the tier 3, you just easily sustain the lane a lot. So once you get strong enough to do that, which honestly you can do it like level 2 if you really want to. Your clockwork can kind of just fuck off after he messes with the Spectre for a little bit and go walk around the map and kill things. And then he's going to help win another lane. You're going to be letting the Spectre free farm, which is basically what's happening anyway, again, like Journey said. Your clockwork's going to be playing around the map, winning another lane. So you're not going to be, your troll safe lane's going to be going better. Or this sniper who is literal food, if you can like keep him in one area because he can't do anything, is also just going to die repeatedly if the clockwork moves around. And then you've successfully won 2, maybe even 3 lanes. Not that like cutting is necessarily winning your off lane, but like you're doing your job. You're going to get the tower down early, and the opposing safe lane tower is always a good first objective. Things like that. So that's like an early game macro thing that could have been better. I mean, it takes like a lot of games, like a lot of playing to get used to like when does clockwork leave? Like when do I go cut the wave? When do I stay in the lane? Like stuff like that. But that's kind of what I would say here in this early game from a macro perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so like the thing I want to talk about is it's a big problem I have with a lot of people, like a lot of my friends I say are not very like high ranking players, and whenever they're mid, TP's out. Always the enemy mid should pressure the tower. You're walking back to lane. If I look mid right now, I can see 1, 2 creeps versus 4 creeps. What is Sniper going to do? He knows Zeus is no TP. He knows Clockwork's bottom with no hook shot and no TP. He knows Snapfire does TP bottom, because I think she's shown down here. I'm going to take this tower. Instead of you walking like this, or like this, or like this, after you realize the pressure, you walk towards top lane, and you're going to lose this tier 1 tower. And in that period of time, what have you accomplished? Instead, Sniper TP's bottom. You could have taken a tier 1 tower. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he could have taken the most important tier 1 in the entire game, but instead he TP bot. Granted, he does get 2 kills, but
Yeah.
no, he gets 1 kill.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth it for
No,
Sniper. Somehow Spectre died as well. Yeah, I feel like you don't even contribute to that kill. I feel like that kill was going to happen regardless.
Did Sniper die?
Sniper? No, he didn't.
Yeah, no.
Now he died.
You definitely don't want to be next to your troll. It's similar to the first replay. You want to be way away.
Yeah, like mid.
And now he's dead.
Oh, it's Lantern Lane. And then, yeah, because we brought so many heroes top, they brought so many heroes top as well. And you're somehow beating and undying 15 minutes into the game with a troll warlord and a 2-6 bristleback. I don't think this was meant to happen.
Glad you got a point in goo. That's good. This is good. You are chasing a DK. It's gonna work. Oh, Cardell's here.
Okay, then they turned the fight, as I thought. I mean, they probably should have won the fight straight up, but yeah, it's like don't play up here. This fight that happened up top should be happening down bottom or at mid, because worst case we lose the fight and Troll is free farming.
Yeah.
And best case
then,
we win the fight and Sniper is not farming.
Like if you think about this on an even like deeper level necessarily. Oh, okay, that's a good snap rolls at least. Like think of how Spectre plays. Spectre can sit in one lane across the map, and if he has Haunt, he just immediately is at the fight. The only way to like counter that out is to play right next to the Spectre, to the other team's Spectre. So if you just run your team at bottom lane and you're sitting next to the Spectre that has 0 items because it's 18 minutes into the game, like you're completely like killing his game. Instead you're playing next to your troll who has literally no interest in fighting, and then your team just gets demolished in the fight, and their Spectre is free farming and then haunts in and kills your team while your troll is dying. So it's again, it's not to repeat the same thing, but to repeat the same thing because it's important. Like play away from your from your hard carries unless they're like really fighting cores, like Ricky, or you have a Spirit position 1 or something. Don't like go sit next to your troll. Like just get away from him. Even if your team goes bot, takes the safe lane, their tower's gone. Like, yeah, you guys should be playing in their jungle. This is what you should be doing, and your troll should be sitting and taking their offlane tier 1. Like, this is perfect. This is totally fine. Because now where's their Spectre farming? Literally nowhere. Like, this is what you guys should have been doing, is playing like this, grouped up away from your troll, even though he's next to you, but that's because he's new, so he'll learn. Like, this is what you should have been doing the whole time. Exactly, running at them in jungle. This is good.
Yeah,
I'm like
the past,
ranting, but
past few minutes have been really good. Like the Zeus ult to see the sniper, interesting. As soon as sniper showed in that ward, like, yeah, that's what I talked about a lot, or we talk about. You ward up this entire area when you're dire, and anytime they come in, they either die or they kill the ward and they die. There's no other option. Or they smoke in and they fight you guys and they die because you guys have wards up already and they don't. It's like controlling these areas of the map. This area you want to control eventually, but it's kind of this tier 1 still up, this tier 2 up, and this tier 2 mid up. Like, this is the easiest area for you guys to play that they want to play. And if you're playing down here, Troll Warlord has this entire half of the map open to himself. Because logically, they can go kill Troll Warlord in this jungle here, but he has the wave out, like, say this wave is here, you guys have mid out to like here, and bottom out to here. They have to walk like this, kill Troll, walk back, push this lane out, and go like that. By the time they make that play, Troll's alive, you guys are all TP'd in, ready to fight, whatever, who cares? You guys can decide. And that gives you guys a commanding position in the game. You get to dictate, do we fight, do we not fight? Well, they're playing reactionary. They're saying, fuck, Troll Warlord's free farming, Spectre's not. What do? Do we fight? Do we farm? Like, what's our game plan?
And I feel like your team is definitely not behind in this game.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are controlling the map relatively well, because you have a pretty decent run at the lineup.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially Bristleback. I hate Bristlebacks.
Yep.
Playing against them is miserable.
Yeah, definitely. I never, like, I play a lot of hard support when I play ranked and whatnot. I've never, like, ever banned any heroes. I've never thought any heroes annoying, like, I've never hit enough heroes. And then Timbersaw and Bristleback became viable. Those are the only 2 heroes in my, like, 5-6 years of playing ranked Dota that I will ever ban. I can't stand them. Even if you're 0-100 as Bristleback, if you're creep skipping, like we told you to, you're getting full farm. And you're pressuring me. It makes it not fun for me to play. And if you make Dota 2 not fun if they're position 5, you're doing your job right.
Yeah.
Like this.
Target priority? Yeah, this is... I would definitely try and find... Alright, this is good. You found the Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
Where is your team?
Very careful. Okay.
Oh, they're over there. Okay.
It worked.
This is good. Yeah, you're doing your job. You kept that Witch Doctor completely out of that fight.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna hero chase. That's why it's super awkward. Yeah. One thing I'd comment on, though, is I really dislike anybody who plays offlane tanks when they build solo items. I hate people who go Vanguard, Blade Mail, Hood, Blade Mail, Hearts. Like, I very dislike Heart of Trask as an item. Like, very, very much. But it's just because people, like, you're this offlane, you're this tank, and what they can do with tanks is typically you ignore the tank and you kill their team. But if you buy these items to make your team tankier, you're having greater influence in the fight, because they have to kill not only you as a super tanky hero, but a Crimson Guard pipe to Troll Warlord, or a Crimson Guard mech Orad with mech heal, Snapfire, all that stuff. Like, they have to kill a lot tankier teams, which is never fun for them.
Yeah, itemization, like, you're the offlaner, build auras.
Yeah, like Halberd here is
Build,
okay. Like,
literally, yeah, and like stuff like Halberd.
yeah, like you queued up Halberd and you're going Hood, but like, why not finish off this Crimson? Make this an actual item, because Vanguard doesn't scale at all.
Well, it could be pipe queued up.
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna
you just
assume
can't
it is.
see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it is. But like, the difference between pipe and Crimson is that Crimson gives it to your entire team, obviously. There's also a 100% chance of blocking, and it gives armor, and it works on towers as well. So with like in this hypothetical, if they do go high ground, they're going to go high ground by Sniper sitting super far back, poking the tower, while DK pops his ultimate and takes a tier 3, tier 4, whatever. Crimson Guard more or less negates that. Only the Corrosive Breath from Dragonite's thing will go through. So, like...
It's good. You ping out Roche, and you have 3 people hitting the same creep wave, which is fine. I really think you only need 1 person to push it out.
Yep.
They're not Roche.
Snapfire can solo push out waves with level 4 and both are Q and W. I'd be more mindful of top lane and bot lane being pushed in right now, because no heroes are showing the map. If you guys walk through Roshan, they know you're in there. It's also the fact that
they do have a Zeus to D-ward everything. But yeah, you need to shove your lanes.
Yeah, this is super obvious of you guys. They know for a fact you guys are making a play. Like, they can look at the map, they can see not a single hero is showing. Why is it? They can see not a single hero is showing. So they should assume, if you guys aren't ganking their jungle, you're going for Roche. And like, if they would have contested this would have ensured the game is over. Somebody grab it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, alright, that's it. That's one thing. And this really only applies in, like, oh my god, that was close. Like, really, like, getting at the higher rated stuff, you need to have a slot ready to pick up the Aegis when you finish killing Roche, or it's gonna get stolen. Like, people are gonna be ready for it. Like, that's just a little thing. But yeah, shove your waves. Like, if you're gonna go Roche, I know, like, there's a big progression of us in replay review talking about Roche. And, like, step 1 is actually Roche. Step 2 is prepare for it correctly by shoving your lanes out. So it's not like, oh, where's their team? All their tier 2s are being pushed and they're not showing on the map. I wonder what they're doing. They're either smoked or in Roche. Like, they just little things like that. Now, it takes a general, like, degree of game sense for the other team to notice that nobody's showing their lanes are pushed in. But, like, people will pick up on that, especially as you climb an MMR. And then they're immediately going to check Roche.
Yeah.
So just little things like that.
Yeah, because, like, as we were saying, what happens if they shrapnel in that pit? And they get a massive cask off and dying tomb, and they steal you guys all die. Even if you get Aegis, like, they're going to kill that person again. So, like, be mindful when you go for Roche. The one thing, the reason I have this paused, how Stars was talking about all fights happen for a reason. Why are you guys sitting here? What are we defending on the map right now? I cannot move my camera right because I'm pausing. What are we defending? Nothing. We just used our Greaves. We know for a fact all their heroes are right here, looking for a fight. They win this fight, they are at the tier 3. Why not just back up towards the tier 3 if they're going to go for a tier 3 fight? How many games have we shown in replay review that are won and lost off of these? So make them go high ground. Instead, we're fighting this like really close-up area where, 1, Paralyzing Cask is amazing because you've isolated yourself from the creep wave. And 2, you have no vision here. Like, they get to choose of how they take this fight. Because they're the ones initiating, they're the ones that see you, and they're the ones that probably in that scenario have a more commanding position. And we just get completely worked in the fight because Zeus has an Aegis, Troll just died, Bristle died, bought back, Snap's dead, Zeus died. Yeah, we just lost 6 heroes and used a buyback. Just walk backwards. We've already used our Greaves, we have no vision of them, they probably have vision of us, we're going to check quickly. They had vision of you guys, shocker. So,
yeah.
Like, you guys are fighting at such a heavy disadvantage.
Yeah, think of it like this. Okay, I'm gonna go on like another small tangent that's applicable to this. Sniper is a trash tier hero in high MMR, unless it's position 4. It's a trash mid because people fight under vision, find the sniper, and insta kill it, or him. Cardell does not live long in high MMR games. He
Also,
just instantly dies.
Sorry to kick off. Can somebody pick up this fucking Philosopher's Stone? Like, just grab it, please. It's been there for like 10 minutes.
It's just hanging out.
It's just hanging out.
The neutrals are using it.
Yeah, oh, you're right, my bad. But sorry, continue.
So, like, here's, like, Sniper. What are other just, like, backline destroy you, Drow, like, all these glass cannon type heroes, especially in lower MMR where people are not going to build stat items on Sniper because they want to hit for a billion damage while they have 200 HP. Like, if you fight under a ward and you can see the Sniper, they just die because you can actually get on top of them. But if you're fighting where there's no vision and then suddenly you're just hit from a mile away by Cardell, he's just murdering you, like, you're gonna lose every fight. So fight under your vision. Like, that's a big thing with taking team fights. If there's no vision, don't fight there. Don't even walk there.
Yeah. Like
Just a general thing.
you guys just showed up on their ward, so they know you guys were all there. Clockwork was dead, and you guys sat there. Like, the ward you guys have sees them as they come to kill you guys. Like, as they walk high ground, it shows them. Why isn't this ward, like, down here? So you can see this area down here, so you know, like, 5 seconds in advance. Yo, they're here. Fight or flight. And you guys sat under a ward 4v5 and died again. And it's again a matter of, why are we there? Clockwork's dead. We're under their ward. They know for a fact we're there. They're looking for a fight. We run.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Also, buy a BKB. You've had to, like, Maledict, like, 6 times now. Maybe more. Like, you have 11 deaths. Buy a BKB. Or a Hood. I don't care which one. Heart of Trask isn't really going to be a saving grace this game. Be confident about that one. But I also hate that item. It's, you're not benefiting your team at all as a hero. You're like this hyper independent hero that if you have no skills that help your team, so get items to help your team. Buy the Vladimir's offering for the Troll Warlord. Buy that Spirit Vessel for the DK Spectre. Buy that Solar Crest for protecting yourself and your team and enabling Troll. Buy some sort of aura item to help your team as an offlaner.
Dude, what MMR is this again?
Herald and Guardian, low Guardian.
Okay.
Also, get rid of your fucking broom handle.
The item is so trash.
Yeah, we'll take a look and tell you some. I'm sure it's just you forgetting. Vamp Fangs, Greater Fairy Fire. You guys lost a Quickening Charm somehow. That's a decent item on you. The Arcane Ring, it gives you the same amount of armor as the broom handle, but it gives you intelligence and a burst of mana. Iron Talon, it gives you armor and attack speed. Like, they're all probably better items than a broom handle.
Is this where their team throws? I don't think. I know you said in your like little general thoughts and questions that you thought your team didn't push well. I think you guys push fine. I think you just take bad fights. Like, I actually think that's like the only issue. Oh, and you gave Cardell a rampage. Well, that's sad.
Alfie is a god. So where they walk down lane because we didn't push out our lanes far enough, and they take racks? No, they opt to not do that. Okay.
Well, their whole team's respawning. I respect that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I can respect it too. I totally thought that's what was going to happen. They're in Roshan now. No, they're getting bounty runes. Top bounty runes by the Rosh pit? Nope, bottom bounty runes. Why?
I think you just instantly smoke and
Walk
like,
towards
well,
Rosh.
you could scan Roche. Oh yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Very confusing. Just a confusing time.
Wait, who's a Crimson? Why did Clockwork have a Crimson?
Clockwork's building good items. Respect the Clockwork.
Yeah, I respect it, but you have a Vanguard and Bristle. Why isn't Bristle getting the Vanguard and he gets a Pipe? Or vice versa? Because, like, the Crimson Guard active doesn't stack with Vanguard. Huh.
Yeah, well, whatever. We'll just go with it.
Yep.
And this is a beefy Spectre.
Yeah. Not too sure what he's doing.
Your Clockwork has a Death Wish.
Yeah.
Look at that. The Spectre has good target priority. He killed your biggest damage dealer. That's cool. Killed the Zeus, who also won't buy back.
So, like, Scars has commented them on doing the right thing, not going a high ground and losing the game. And then, like, 2 minutes later, they do that.
They go high ground and lose the game.
They actually have to do the exact thing we just said that was good or not to do.
Oh boy. Well, here's the classic. The support position's too far forward when they're one of the few people alive and dies. Yep, that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. They back off.
So you have double cart, no Spectre, no Witch Doctor, but Cardell's up. So this is good.
Let's go get Roche. Also, another thing about item build. Oh, yeah, Cardell's coming to town. So yeah, another thing is about item build. One last thing. You've itemized, like, you're going Vanguard, Phase Boots, Heart. And those are all items that buff up yourself, that make you really tanky, make you harder to kill. And you buy a blade mail. The whole point of blade mail is saying, do not kill me or you'll kill yourself. But you're already itemizing for these items that are like, don't kill me, I'm too tanky. So they're already going to ignore you if they're half decent at the game. You're the last person they kill every fight. So this feels very weird, like your items are, don't kill me, I'm super tanky, and you have this blade mail that's like, you're going to try killing me, but I'm going to kill you if you do that. And you guys took a massive fight, won it, and just didn't go for Roche. You gave up all map control. Like, play on this board over here. If you guys all sit in this area up here with wards and sentries, you guys can contest Roshan when they go for that. They smoked the mid or what?
Are they smoked? Are they actually smoked mid? No, they're just running it. Again, nobody's hitting the sniper. Somebody kill Cardell.
Yeah.
Snapfire canceled his ult.
No, they are smoked. The courier just showed they were smoked. Look at the minimap. Okay, you can see Spectre walk into the pit. Look at the courier. You can see it coming in. Pretty funny, yeah, they are smoked. It comes in, it hits something right here and walks back. They're smoked. Look at your minimap.
Oh yeah, they actually just gave it away. Dude, I think weren't we playing in a game where we figured out a smoke by a courier? I think that just happened. Me and you were in a game together.
Are you talking about the one with the in-house last night where your team smoked under my outpost?
Oh, well that happened. That's true. Where they smoked under your outpost. That was good.
Yeah.
That smoke would have been great if if it wasn't under the outpost. They didn't have. Look, you're killing Cardell. This is good.
To be fair, I did call out your team was smoking beforehand. My team can confirm. I drew exactly how you guys were going to come and position them to do it. But anyways, yeah, kill Cardell. Hero priorities. Clockwork, Zeus, Bristle, anybody. Get BKBs and run at that guy. Come on, Zeus. Please don't do that. Don't get BKB on this sniper. But Clockwork, Bristle, get BKB and run to Cardell. The whole purpose of the blade mail is to ensure they can't kill you when you walk at them.
I really don't know how they don't win the game.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. If you're scared, you'll get Roshan. Vector TP bottom. I'm pretty sure you don't TP bottom with no pawn. You're now 8k down in this fight. If this fight was to happen, like when troll spawns.
I'll take that.
Interesting.
Instead.
What is happening? Your team decided to concede Roshan, but the Radiant team doesn't want Roshan. You guys literally gave them Roshan for free. We've now wasted troll BKB. This Rax is done. And they lose a fight. They somehow don't protect the sniper.
They let Cardell die. There you go. Clockwork did his job.
Yeah.
Cardell instantly is useless if Clockwork kills him.
Yeah.
Or just hook shots him.
Interesting.
And yeah, they throw going high grounds. Have we noticed the trend from every replay review we've ever done?
Yep. It's a small tip on that. It's why it's really important for, like, typically the way fights work is there's 3 stages. There's the front line, the mid ground, and the back line. The front line is going to try jumping into their support, like the Ember Spirits, Spectres, all that stuff. They're going to try jumping in the back line. And then the actual like frontline tanks, their job is to prevent that. Your job is to prevent their team from getting on top of Zeus into the Snapfire. Same thing with Clockwork. And you got to try to run at their backlines to force them to protect the sniper instead of going for your backline. So their entire team just tunnel vision super hard, killing sniper because they're all like, yo, kill X hero, kill X hero. And the sniper is like, yo, what about me? And he died. Because you guys jumped their backline and they didn't protect the backline. So just make sure you protect your backline. Also use your Minotaur horn. And you do it as I say
That's
to.
a good item.
Pretty good item, yeah.
Dude, what is happening?
I was gonna
This game
say.
is just throw after throw after throw. Your team actually doesn't feed high ground, and then they chase you and they all die.
GG
Very
grimaces,
cool.
you know? That is definitely a... They have buybacks on 2 heroes. Buyback, let's get them. You guys are strong. I feel like a 50-minute pipe isn't gonna do a whole lot for us. I think if you want a pipe, you want it earlier. Trolls brought back. Trolls come to town. Still got Minotaur Horn. Pop Minotaur Horn, yeah, you can move with Desolate. If I remember right. Pretty sure you can purge it.
I think so, yeah.
Blade Mail
Yeah,
doesn't
then you
work
use
on ward
Minotaur
damage.
Horn as he...
Where's Troll?
You just-
Oh, there he is. I didn't even see him.
Yeah, the game's just over if your troll hits buildings and you two just annoy the Spectre.
Yeah.
Nah, that's exactly what happens.
Okay. That was a game.
Yeah. Overall, if you guys just took better fights, that game ends super quickly.
Definitely. It's like, tips from that game, when you're playing a frontline tank, don't itemize purely to be a tank. Your job is to soak up damage, make your team tank more damage too. It's why Centaurs buy Aghanims, Pipes, Crimsons, Lotus Orbs, but Bristlebacks buy Pipes, Crimsons, Lotus Orbs. Why Drill Ranger offlane isn't very good, because she doesn't buy Pipes, Crimson, Lotus Orbs, all that crap. Buy proper items, my tip. Learn to back lane as well. When lane goes to shit, go to back lane. Like I said, you force the Spectre into either being pressured by the Clockwork, or you get free farm. Into jungle farm as well, if you do it properly. And, yeah, not taking any of those fights. Like, not fighting under their vision, give a Zeus. There's no way in hell they should have any wards on your half of the map that aren't in weird spots. And then you guys should also be fighting under your wards on your half of the map. So do that, fight under your wards, don't give them a vision advantage, and to itemize properly are my tips. And learn to backlane. And respect Perilous and Cask, very important. Witch Doctor is very good against people who do not respect him enough. Alright. Gonna do Hibeki's anti-mage game now.
I'm gonna go with that you had no space, and then your team, you just became useless.
Most likely.
Alright. Here is the thoughts and questions. I'd like to know how to play around the map with this situation. Playing against the Tinker and an Axe, my team would never step foot past the river, so the enemy team could freely take whatever they wanted and follow me around the entire game with no consequence. Your team didn't create any space. Guess that. I couldn't get them to push this 5 when we had chances to fight. They refused to step out of our base. Also really good. What are ways to prevent this from happening / work with this as a farming core in the future? Okay. Oh yeah, we got a question in chat before the last replay. Thank you, Lord Kronos, for reminding us. Real quick. So this is what he said. Curious question. Most pro players limit their pool to 3 to 5 heroes focused on their role to maximize their potential. I never played puck quap. I am terrible with micro controlling. So who would you suggest? Well, that depends on what role you are, probably.
Yeah. I'll show my support. Like right now, I play play hard support. I play Grimstroke, Lich. I still like the issue with Lich is lack of catch. So I play like Grimstroke, Bane's pretty decent. Wyvern, Oracle, Pottle. Like those are some play fives. And then 4, if you're playing pushing 4, play like Earthshaker, Nyx, Tusk.
Yeah, position 4s. Yeah, I'd say Earthshaker. Yeah, Earthshaker, maybe Rubik.
Yeah, Rubik.
Tusk. Those are 3 pretty strong ones.
Yeah, and offlaners right now, like lack of micro. I mean, you can always work on micro. I'm totally down to help you if you DM me. But if you don't want any micro heroes, play Necrophos, Mars, Underlord, Timbersaw, or Bristleback. As I said, I fucking hate those 2 heroes. They make laning as support miserable. Unless you're a certain hero, which I never get to be because I was first pick. Mid, if they have the word Spirit in their name, they're not Vengeful or Breaker, pick them. They're good.
Yeah.
And Earth Spirit's a bit questionable for a mid. I will backtrack on that one. For that, play Quap, play Kunkka. Kunkka is a lot of fun, and he has cool voice lines. You can tell people they lack sand, and it's pretty satisfying. For carry, carry, learn the illusion heroes, learn like Monkey King, learn Faceless Void, and Slark. That's my tip. So like the illusion heroes are PL, Terrorblade, Naga. Chaos Knight is an illusion hero, but he's more of a melee creep than an illusion hero. He fucking sucks. Don't consider him. He's bad. Anyways, back to Hibeki. But yeah, I do agree. Keep a small hero pool, especially when you want to learn. It makes the game a lot easier for you. Hibeki, when did you pick AM? That's a question. Okay.
1, 10, and 4. Oof.
I feel like picking. Wait, you picked it the same phase as the Tinkers. That's an okay matchup for you. The Void last pick, yeah, I would have assumed they would pick some sort of AM counter. Typically, it faces Void because your entire draft sucks against Void. You have no saving mechanism. You have no way of fighting Void and Chrono. AM and Zeus are both prone to Void, as well as Crystal Maiden and Ogre Magi don't really like him either. So predicting a me draft when I have a 4th phase pick is important. Anyways, yeah, I also don't even know if I would ever want to go against Axe Techies on AM. They have an undispellable hard stun and a non-reflectable silence. It's not like you can counterspell and like blink away to purge off or remove the silence or whatever. Like if they call you or they suicide squad onto you, you die, or you take a lot of damage. In that case, so my pick here, what would be my pick? We lack scaling, lack a building hitter. Something that can deal with the control from their team.
Go back to their draft, their lineup. I mean, I think AM's fine.
You think? I don't know.
I mean, it gets on top of the Tinker. You
yeah,
have the magic
issue
resistance.
Is they just have so much save to like. Yeah, you can beat techies, but it's still like in lane, you're just gonna get completely worked. I think you're gonna get worked no matter what in lane. But I feel like your laning stage is gonna be miserable, and they can hunt you pretty easily. They have 2 BKB piercing AoE stuns. There's no item you can buy besides Aeon Disc. Like, isn't like Morphling? Wraith King too. Yeah, Wraith King seems totally fine. You can sacrifice your lane and go jungle. You don't lose, like, you're the hard counter to Void. Although you don't really like Tinker, you can have Zeus deal with him. You can get a Blink Dagger if you need. I feel like it's either Morphling or Wraith King. They give you both building hitters, scaling factor, and they don't lose to Void.
And they don't need 30 minutes of free farm to come online.
Yeah. So again, be mindful with your pick. Common theme of tonight. And not throwing high ground. Items seem fine. Do people go Morbid Mask? I feel like Morbid Mask on AM sounds shit.
Yeah, no, that's really. I think that's pretty bad.
Like the Ring of Hell should be enough. And if you're because you're fighting too much, you probably just want to BKB. Yeah, BKB next item. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Morbid Mask's not going to do much for me. First game is AM though, so I have to keep that in mind. I just saw that. I mean, it can only go up from here, right? 1 in 10's not the greatest scoreline to ever be hitting.
Yeah, well, that's why AM is just not an ideal hero to play. You just need so much space, and if you're with people that can't create space, your game's going to be miserable, I think, regardless.
Yeah, definitely. Which is why Wraith King would have been a good pick. I didn't even think about that. Because Wraith King can make his own space. You send your skeletons to go down to a certain lane, and they can push it out for a little bit, and then you can hit your nukes, or whatever.
So in general, I think like preventing this situation from happening is play somebody that can fight early and initiate fights yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you
seem pretty standard.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, but like when you're 4th picking a core, like obviously 4th and 5th picks are normally for the cores. Watch your Pudge is bottom.
Yeah, it's a Roman Pudge, so the axe probably cuts. I'm assuming.
It's crazy to me. They win this lane with the techies. I guess then you have a 5 Pudge. It's quick
then you just pick a. Oh, well, now they have a nothing Pudge.
If you
just pick like some solo sustaining off or like safe laner, or you like flip your. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, if you block the. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. Oh. Nah, I'm rambling. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't block the creeps.
If you block on Radiant and they don't block on the Dire offlane, this happens. Okay.
If you want to get really high IQ, if you're Dyer's off lane, you Radiant safe lane creeps.
Yeah. Because
So
now
it
you use
blocks in the
double
tower.
waves, and they're gonna go into their tier 1. Same issue with the Parablade from like 2 games ago. They're also fetting in a creep wave, which is kind of risque.
Against an axe that has spin, who just fed. That's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd commit that hard, so I guess good job. Just be mindful of this guy. He's a bit of a psycho, you can already tell. Yeah, so like because you body block the wave, you're gonna go into their tier 1, which makes it super hard for you to farm. Especially because Numbnuts has fucking hook already on Pudge. You're just gonna get barrels for the hook. That's super risky. Almost just died there. Is what? 100. Yeah, it's pure damage. You were totally dead if you hit the hook.
Pudge hook. Oh, classic.
I mean, just saying, if they had an actual 4 hero, they would have killed him. Get Techies. Techies is a real 4 hero.
Yeah, exactly. We know how good Techies is.
Yeah. Oh, never blink aggressive like this, yeah. Well, I mean, you learned your lesson. Yeah, 17% by the... Oh, come on with that. How many units were hitting them? And even then, you were dead anyways. And it's not even 17, it's 20% now. Oh, it's F17 scaling, right. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. But still, don't do that.
Holy frame dropping. Wait, hold up a second. You're dropping a bunch of frames.
Am I?
I think it was doing pretty well. Alright, now it seems okay. Alright, yeah, now it seems okay. Try again.
Alright, yeah. But I just saw the chat. Yeah, Lord Kronos, feel free to message me whenever. I have absolutely no issues with that. Anybody can message me for anything. I'm totally open to any sort of help with whatever. Drafting, picking, playing, I don't care. This is good. You're ignoring the axe. Like, who? Oh, you're no longer ignoring axe. This is where you die again. You take a salve worth of health.
Because the Pudge was strategically positioned in the trees. Because he's super high impact. You know, he didn't move for 2 minutes to set up for that.
Dude, this is actually my favorite thing. Watch this. He literally, like, this is on his perspective. Keep in mind, he's hitting his fucking creeps. No idea where Pudgegar is. He literally gets hooked. And look at it. Instantly it blinks, but doesn't even change its camera perspective to see what's happening. It instantly blinks out. That just shows how fucking worthless Pudge as a hero is.
He actually hits a hook and it accomplishes literally nothing.
Like, don't pick Pudge. This hero is so bad. Also,
There's a reason it has like a 43% win rate.
Yeah.
Super shit.
The thing I was gonna mention is typically in the early game, sending them back to lane. You have OG Thompson, sick. Well, they have OG Thompson. Fuck, you've lost. They send them back to base is typically better than killing them if they don't have a TP. So it means they have to walk back to lane or back to base. I mean, which takes way longer than them dying and then TPing back to lane. Like it's still fine for you to kill them at some point, like especially if they have no TP. But if they have no, like they just TP into a lane like they did, and you force them back to base, they either sit there and they risk dying, or they walk back to lane or back to base and then they walk back to lane, which is like 2 minutes gone of them getting XP.
You're gonna get pudged on if you're not careful.
Yep, and it did.
Yep.
Yeah, so like if you're a Wraith King here, every time he hooks you, you kill him. You just fucking work that guy. Same here. Oh, he tried stealing your last hit. You. Yeah, so like, again, just to bring back up with the problem I have with the pick. You require Sardar in... Who's your offlaner? Ogre Magi. Sardar and Ogre Magi to win that offlane ungodly hard, which is pretty possible because they have a Techies 5. But your entire game is based around Void not having a game, which is never fun. You're putting so much pressure onto your offlane to win a lane they probably shouldn't win if they picked an actual 5 hero.
Yeah, but it's Thompson, so...
Yeah, it's OG Thompson, it's not EG Thompson, it's not IG Thompson, it's not Virtus Pro Prodigy Thompson, it's OG Thompson. This guy's gonna have a game.
OG Thompson. Well, the axe is dead, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if you pick a hero that doesn't need a bazillion items and 3 hours to come online, like this decent landing stage you're having, this landing stage is pretty decent, actually means something.
Yeah.
It's almost like regardless of how good of a landing stage you have with AM, you still need more time to be anywhere near.
Yeah.
Like, if your team can't create space after the landing stage, you just lose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like to bring back up the point I brought up earlier, your laning stage actually doesn't matter at all. No matter how well you do in lane, it doesn't matter. What matters more is how well Void does. If you go equal with Void, like right now you're only, let's say 10 last hits up on him, similar level. That's not good enough. You have to be like double his CS at all points. GG and fast as NH Rick. You've been assassinated by OG Thompson.
OG Thompson.
Okay, that was a good play by your team. TPing in by Zeus. The Void is not too happy with the Techie's pick. Yeah, good play by the dude, but...
Until his team somehow forces the AM to go 1-10.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
still an
Axe
issue,
kind of
but...
destroys AM too.
Yeah.
So.
Like, until you have Satanic, where you have Savage Distance to like actually fight him, or like a BKB, where you can just BKB whenever he goes for that call, so you don't die to all their chain stuns and shit. Chain stuns. They have 3 stuns and they're all BKB piercing, now that I look at it. They have Root. Oh, goodbye, McMaiden. Do you ult to save him? You don't ult to save him. Poor Maiden.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You should just ult this guy, yeah. If you ult to save your maiden there, she gets a spell off and he dies.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, like here's the issue. You're an Intimate. You can't lane against the Axe. You're Wraith King, you don't even have to lane against him. You can farm jungle. When you die. Wraith King doesn't die here. Neither does Morphin.
Radiant tower is under attack.
Consider your pick. Moral of the story. Believe it or not,
Probably
picking
just
heroes
don't
does change
play
games.
any mage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this hero is also like ungodly bad right now. Like really, really bad.
Yeah, unless you have like a really good team with you, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a guess and say, typically in a below ancient bracket, you're not gonna find too many great teams. And Punch hit a godlike hook.
A couple of my friends, that like playing them like up in like 7K with won't pick any mage if they're on Smurfs below like 6.5K. They'll be in like low mortal games and they refuse to pick any mage because it's that you just don't get enough space, and that's in like really high rated games. Granted, you're also getting pressured, but still, I feel like it's just not a good hero to play unless you have at least be in a 5-stack where you know you have like a competent shot caller to make space for you.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I just want to comment on the one time you had that Anti-Mage you bought the Perseverance like some weeks ago. How you bought the Mistral Hammer Broadsword. Helps you farm quicker. Very good stuff. Just want to comment on it. But don't you want a Power Treads here? I feel like by the time you get your battle free, it's going to be like 19 minutes. And if you go back for Treads, it's going to be like 21. That just feels really awkward. Like Treads, I feel like helps you farm quicker. Like, this camp would already have been dead if you had Power Treads.
Yeah.
And so would this camp, because you would have killed that camp earlier, and then so on and so on. Don't go to your team. Work your way up. At this point, your entire team's forcing them top. You want to work your way back towards bottom. Farm mid, push that out into their tier 1, and you keep working your way back towards bottom. Force them to go, Oh, you got super lucky there. Oh yeah, you're so lucky. If Zeus didn't ult the exact second he did, you were dead. And you're dead anyways.
You've been tinkered.
Yep, you've been PMA mode Francis. The big Chronosphere and TP bottom. There you go. Easy, hard carry? Alright.
I mean, it's an anti-mage at 19 minutes. I don't think that you really can expect a lot. I think your team is just creating zero space. Well, they actually created a little bit. They were all top, but their team went mid to hunt you instead, and your team didn't take a tower with their like aggressive positioning. So I don't really know. It's kind of just pointless. Here, they're all top again, so this is good. They're creating some space.
Yeah, but you're working way back towards top. So like, when a fight happens up here, one, there's no one defending bot tier 1. And 2, you're closer towards the pressure. Like, the only reason this is kind of okay is because they want bottom for that tier 1 and you have mid open. But they're now TPing top and there's no one relieving pressure bottom. Here, take this mid turn. Like, this is good, because they showed heroes top, so now you're pressuring this. And then, like, Maiden should be TPing bottom. After you take this tower, you TP bottom. Blink into the trees and go. Like, Maiden shouldn't be deep pushing, it should be you. All the deep push your team does is based on anti-mage and your movements. If they want mid lane pushed out, it's you that does it. It's not Zeus, it's not Maiden, it's not Ogre Pro with the Midas. It has no Midas. I like this Ogre Magi player. But, yeah, like, everything should be
He's not
based
Hal
on you.
Pendragon. What do you mean? He doesn't know what he's doing.
Of course, my bad. It's like Maiden shouldn't be here. Just anti-mage. Because worst case, they come bottom and kill you, it means they TP'd bottom on Axe +1 or Void +1. And that's a tier 1 tower top. Free.
I mean, if you want to be safe when you're playing in like you're farming in a lane and you don't see them, put a ward that gives vision of their tower so you can see if people are coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, like farther up in the lane.
Yeah, if you want to play bottom, you can get yourself a ward like up here. Like, work your way like this, like farming all these camps, and then you blink up here, you ward up here, so you can see this area here. Whenever they TP in and they smoke or whatever, you'll catch them doing it. And you can just work your way back this way, up towards top. It's fine to place your own words. Like, take one word if you want as AM to do it. Because the problem right now, like what I was talking about with the Terror Blade, is the past like 4 or 5 minutes has been you more or less AFK hitting creeps. Like in the jungle, which isn't good. You want to be creating pressure on the map somehow. It's a bit difficult when they have the Axe Void Techies shitters. Like, that leads to the issue of picking anti-mage.
Yeah, you giga dropping frames.
Again.
Did you keep the bitrate the same as last time?
No, yeah, it was, so, yeah, it still should
Lower?
be fine. I have no idea, yeah. I can keep dropping if we need, but, like...
Does that drop the quality?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not ideal.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been Afghanistan. Not helpful. Did Pudge just miss a hook? I missed something.
Yeah, he did. If their entire team showed bottom, I would not be going for this wave bottom. I would be sitting in the trees until they showed back up on the map. Because top lane's being pushed in and no one has gone to it yet. Like, yeah. And there we go. Yeah. So although the Void showed top, you still have 2 heroes that threaten you. They have the Axe and they have the Void. So until Axe shows up in the map, where's Axe right now? Axe is bottom too. Or walking bottom, yeah. It's like, you have to play around your counters more. It's pretty risky for you to go back towards that lane when you knew for a fact that they just tried killing you, and they almost succeeded. And you keep back bottom where you just died. Although you're not keeping towards the Void, which I feel like is okay, keeping towards him's never a fun time. But we're going aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know that you want to fight that Axe. That seems
Yeah.
very death sentencey.
Keeping in the middle of the wave's also super risky. But just blink into the tree line before you TP like that. Minimize the chance of dying. I don't hear you die. Yeah, this is the issue of TPing into the wave where the Void is. But I mean, also he shouldn't be up there at this point. Easy AM. You know, Starter, you get him. With your fucking SNY Vanguard build. You tell him.
This is why you just mute everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth arguing with these goons.
Yeah, definitely not.
What does the Void have? Void is actually out farming here. It's not good.
I think you hopefully get some of the point that what we've been saying. Your team is just not doing anything.
Yeah.
And Anti-Mage is a rough hero to play.
Yep. Yeah, like, think about what Scar said with his friends that are, like, very high rank. If they won't play Anti-Mage with 5 or 6K players, I'd be very skeptical about playing them with 1, 2, or 3K players.
Yeah, it's just a scary hero to play because you need so much space, you need so much farm, and you just don't get it without really good teammates. If you're in a 5 stack, like I kind of changed what I said. If you're in a 5 stack with like anybody of any rank, and you guys are like talking and coordinating plays and stuff, and like doing generally the right thing, I think Anti-Mage can work because your team can create space for you. But in solo queue, I would absolutely never play Anti-Mage.
Just a tip with this BKB, like before we even see what happens, you buying this BKB is pretty saying, I want to fight right now and see what I can do. But I have a very good feeling you're going to get this BKB and, going back to that was so risky. Well, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, don't get greedy. Just concede that area.
Oh, holy, the quad! My quality just adjusted to like a 180p. What is happening? 144. Oof.
Yeah, apparently it's dropping super hard. What I can see.
Well, that was this game seems pretty over. The void is, you're par with him, and that like it's a void versus an Anti-Mage. Like he power spikes far before you.
Yeah, and his power spike pretty much just like as long as he's relevant in the game, you're not. Because as we said, like this BKB indicates you want to fight, but you can never really fight into the BKB or into the BKB into the Chronosphere. Like if you get Chronosphered right now, or called and changed under whatever, you just die, BKB or not.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Do you think we should call it off for that fight? Like this game is gonna keep spiraling out. Yeah, we've got 2 more deaths and the game's over. Yeah, so for that one, I would not be picking Anti-Mage this game. It's such a hard Anti-Mage game. Like, you have no heroes that shove waves. Like, your team is kind of okay in the sense that they can potentially 4v5 for a brief period of time with these heroes, but they lack wave clear, which makes it super hard, because you're always going to be fighting on your half of the map, which is something to look at with these AM picks. Like, can your team push out waves fast enough so you're always on, or they are always on your half of I'm going to rephrase this. Can they push out waves quick enough to always keep waves out onto their half of the map so you can farm wherever you choose? Probably not. Zeus is the only D push. Like Maiden has Q, Ogre has Ignite, and Starter has Crush, which don't kill waves off instantly.
Yeah, no.
And then
yeah, Anti-Mage definitely not the hero to play.
Yeah, like I don't think there's much else to be said by that, because like I've seen you play, and you're clearly a competent player. Just when you pick a hero that's hard countered, it's going to be hard countered. Or a hero that can be hard countered, it will be hard countered. So just be mindful again with your picks. Like, it's why drafting is super important. And it's why there should be more talk about helping people understand drafting in Dota. Every single time you play a game and you lose, the first question should be asked is, did we lose on draft? And like chances are probably yeah. A lot of games are lost on draft.
Drafting can be a death sentence.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I just be mindful with that and play away from the enemy team. Like it was just really all because you had 2 heroes that just kind of set up kills, and if either of them had a +1 or in some instances Void didn't even need a second hero, you just die and then your game's over.
Yeah, then your game is just over. All right. Next, we have Vcoder, Oreo, Lore, Shaquille O'Neil, nice, Orifex, and Cat. So we got a couple extras. All right. Do the Lena game next.
Yep, this is one I wanted to watch. It does seem like an interesting game. So one thing I want to comment on is your build is super glass cannon. You like the issue is you have 5 cores. I was gonna say I'd like a Shiva's Guard or AC, then I checked the items of Bristle. I'm like, okay, he wanted a Shiva's Guard, cool, you can get that. He has no AC, I'm like, you get an AC, right? No. This guy gets an AC. Because he's farmed, he's a Battle Fury. And that wasn't bad enough. This guy has an AC too. So I can kind of see why you don't have any armor items. But
Yeah, you really don't have a support. I feel like that doesn't help. Let me see what he said. Got a very ugly win. Would love to know what I could have done to end sooner and to do better in lane. Probably pick somebody that power spiked before 30 minutes.
I like the Lena pick. I think the Lena pick is fine for, like, I'm going to assume you're a mid laner, going to assume Magnus is jungling or for whatever fucking reason, and this guy's your hard support. I'm going to make assumptions off this. I think the Lena pick's fine. Lena can walk on the map and she can make plays. You got this Shadow Blade, going to take a wild guess and say 15 of his deaths are probably, or like at least 7 of his deaths are probably from you. It's because you kill stuff, and you do pretty well at that. You had 25 of them. In an hour-long game, wow. Yeah. So we'll, quick gander this one.
I feel like Abaddon support probably shouldn't build Battle Fury Satanic.
Yeah, as somebody who used to play a lot of that, I'm gonna take a wild assumption and say I never once considered that. Could be wrong though.
That's definitely not the move. I feel like you're just gonna get flamed for that.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I like your starting items. Just get 2 tangos from your support. Question is, do you have a support? Spend your gold Bloodseeker. Spend your gold Bristleback. What the fuck is this, Abaddon? What the fuck is this, Magnus? What? Alright, 1 out of 5 starting items are actually complete or above mediocrity. Good job. You're the 1 in 5. You're the last hope of the Dota 2 community, I guess. You actually placed your word? You placed your word right away. And you did it from the tree line. Holy shit, you're a god at this game. You know, you say that you're surprised you lost? This is a scrappy win. It's not.
No, that yeah.
I can already tell you're a god amongst men. Okay, never mind. You went Q level 1. I'm joking. Go Light Strike away. Light Strike Array level 1. Typically better just because you can stun the enemy with it, so you can get more damage off. Although it's like 5-10 damage less. 5 damage less at level 1. It doesn't scale as hard in terms of damage. But yeah, like you can stun the enemy. Like Sniper's not going to be going taking level 1. Typically he goes to a headshot level 1. So he'll be on par with the range creep. Please remember to be understanding and patient of newer players. Can tell you for a fact this guy is not worth being patient for. He's hopeless. Anyways. Call on tangos right away because your supports didn't give you any. Blocks kind of okay, I mean you tried. Yeah, he went headshot level 1. Yeah, let's say pull aggro here. Because again, you know for a fact that he had less range than you do because he's not going to go take game level 1. Keep drawing the creeps back. Force him to step forward and play on your high ground. It's like this is fine to trade hits like this because 25% of the time he's going to miss. Interesting Fairy Fire usage from our boy Cardell. Milky AAA? Aya?
Cardell. That was good Q usage.
Yeah, again,
would have been
keep
nice
drawing aggro the back.
Up with him.
And secure this range creep kill. Get it. Nice, good stuff. It's fine. Try to melee creep for range creep. Yeah, I think right now you're limiting yourself by not buying regen. You're playing a lot more scared than you would be if you had tangos, because then you could heal yourself up. See, like you already understand how important range creep denies are. You literally sat there for like 5 seconds pumping, waiting for it. Very good stuff in that sense. But yeah, like the biggest issue right now you're having is lack of regen. You're rushing bottle, which like, yeah, okay. I can kind of see like why you're doing that. But you hurt yourself more by not going tangos. You probably would have got like easily 2 to 3 more last hits if you had enough health to go walk in the lane. I remember when I first started coaching, one of the people I coach, I'm friends with him now, like we play a fair bit together. He was like low 3k. I told him, you're a good player, just buy more regen. He bought more regen and he instantly shot up like 600 MMR. Not even joking. Just because he bought more regen at the start of the game and he won all of his lanes. Because all the times he was dying was because he would trade super efficiently if he had the regen to sustain it. But he didn't, so it was inefficient trading and he'd die. Like right now, you'd be a higher level than Sniper would be because you had more regen, so you can get these last hits, denies, all that crap. So yeah, just consider that.
Yep, all true stuff. It's pretty clean otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you pressure the sniper a little more, cast some more spells on him and stuff.
Yeah. But I think that comes back down to lack of regen, because Sniper is going to trade efficiently with headshot. So if you can't keep your health pool up, it's going to be quite the issue. You have Laguna. Oh, nice. Good stuff, dude. So what I'm looking to do now is I'm getting myself a rune word so I can see when the next rune spawns. I'm going to push it into his tier 1. So I can guarantee when Sniper respawns, I'm going to get the rune for sure. That's what you do. Holy shit. You're
Dude,
actually
so
a psychopath.
clean.
Yeah. This is actually mental.
Yeah, it probably would definitely ship more regen still,
Yeah.
like Journey's been saying.
Yeah.
Holy frame drop.
Is it having a roughie again?
Yeah, it's just like it's really weird. It like flares up.
I don't know, that's really weird. I have
Yeah.
no idea why it'd be like that.
Let's see. If anybody else is dropping frames, or maybe it's my internet. Right, this is a good rotation. Holy frame drop. Yeah, I'm like 2 frames a second.
Want me to pause it for a little bit then? See if it gets better?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what's up. Is the bitrate the same we did it at last week when it was working really well? No, well, we'll wait till. Perfect timing for our pause. But is it on the same bitrate settings as when
Yeah, it was on the same settings as last
week?
Yeah, it should be the same thing. So like, giving it a second to see if it fixes itself somehow. I don't know why it's having so many issues.
It is because what did what's it? Someone suggested something with like dropping the bitrate.
Yeah, and I did that. Yeah, it did help.
And it's you kept it like that. Yeah, it worked perfectly after that.
Yep.
I don't know what is going on. Like,
I don't know.
Very confusing. See, now it's like you're paused, right?
I was. I'm no longer paused.
Yeah, now it's like perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of us really needs a computer that can actually be hardwired.
Mhm. Yeah, that'd definitely be quite nice.
Hopefully, like the videos and stuff. Speaking of which, we have to go over the script because I don't know what I'm doing. But
I mean, I don't know much either, but I can try my best to help.
well, I know like my view on things as well. Let's see if this keeps running smoothly. But my view on like video scripts and stuff is like I freelance really well. Like I'm a good public speaker because I can just talk on the fly well. Like I don't want to have to read off a script. I want like just bullet points and then me to just talk. I feel like that'll be the best. If I'm reading off a script, I'm gonna sound like a robot.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. See, and if we're doing them together or you're doing them too, obviously it'll change based on who's doing what video. But
yeah.
Yeah. So that's things. It's really interesting.
Yeah, rapid use.
Oh,
yeah.
Now it's dropping frames again. kind of. Not that badly though.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I don't know if this TP mid is needed because not under your tower.
Dude, it's so weird. It like drops frames just every time it catches up to live, then it falls behind fine, and then it catches back up and it drops frames again.
Yeah, I have no idea. We'll have to look into this more. I thought we had it figured out, but apparently not. I think it might just be YouTube streaming as well, because YouTube streaming, from what we've read or been told, isn't the greatest thing.
Yeah, maybe we will have to go to Twitch because Zal did give me a stream.
Yeah.
We could switch this over and test it this week if the few people watching are okay with that. So that would take us a second to set up.
Yeah, it would take us a bit of time to set up. Like, it wouldn't take too. And the issue would be that we wouldn't have the YouTube VOD. But I mean, if it's not going to be watchable, it wouldn't be the worst thing to do.
But you can still record off Twitch, right?
Yeah, I can record it myself.
Yeah. Now I'm just like straight left.
Huh.
Very odd. Yeah, I don't know why this is dropping so many frames.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's every time, like, once we restart it, every week, perfect. But until that, it just sucks. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
We restart it and it gets so much better. We gotta figure this out. At some point, we'll have it down. It's only been like 6 weeks.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it's like really struggling.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I can see that as well. Man, I really wish I didn't know why. Like, it's not even giving me any sort of.
I mean, from behind, it's perfect. So say, like, I just like 5 minutes behind, and it's like
my Discord is dying too. Huh.
So we're just dying.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, but if you watch it from behind, it's like totally perfect. When it gets up to live, it's just like blah, like die.
Yeah. Great stuff.
We could just, like, I don't know. We could just like record them and post where you can't get this live stream to work well.
Yeah, we can try that for like next week, I guess.
Yeah, if we really want to. Just because I feel bad that like people submit us replays and then the shit is like, like we've tried so much stuff with like adjusting settings. Or I know you have in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is frustrating. Like it auto has me on 360p. That's not nice.
Yeah, that's just because we have the lowest latency.
Yeah.
Where we can only have like very limited options for it. I don't know. How many more replays do we have? They're a bit more. We have 4 more after this.
Oreo, Lore, Shaquille O'Neal, Orifex, and Cats. So 5.
Yeah. What's our plan then? Do you want to try, like, what we can do is I guess we can call it for the night or something like that, and then we can send or record a video and send it to each person or something like that so they can watch through. We could do that tomorrow or something. Or we can try streaming on Twitch, but then that'd take us like a bit of time to set up, and what happens if it doesn't work?
I mean, we could just save them for next week and then do them all first and let those people submit another one too.
Yeah, do you want to try doing that?
I'll ping them. Yeah, I'll ping them all and tell them.
Alright, we'll do that then. Sorry about this, everybody. It's a rough go.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day we'll figure out YouTube streaming, or hopefully abandon it entirely, because fuck YouTube streaming, apparently it sucks, according to what we've
Apparently
read.
this is
And I'm
abysmal.
sure being on laptops doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, definitely not. Those of you with like nice setups should
Yeah.
like mail me one so I can run this well.
Yeah, honestly. All right, we'll call it off for this then. We'll finish a replay next week if that's okay on Lena. If not, we can like if you'd rather have us do it now, we can watch it ourselves, Scars, and I can write a bunch of notes, record a video of us talking about it, whatever you choose, and we send it to you. To anybody who's got a replay in queue right now.
Yep, and I will. If you're not here, I will ping all of you.
Yeah.
So that you know. So that
Okay.
you're obviously aware.
Yeah. All right. We'll call it now then.
Yeah.
Have a good night then, everybody. We'll hopefully
Yep,
talk to you all
again.
soon.
Sorry, guys.